You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Poindexter, you're getting all excited.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge today. Now, look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about all the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited in the morning, if those are things that get you ready to go to war for all the things that you love and really put your money where your mouth is, then hey, you have found the right place. So welcome here. Please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you're around part of this growing group of nerds, this growing wave of nerds that we are we're accomplishing a lot in not just the entertainment industry, but you know, we're accomplishing a lot when it comes to just mindset of what is right and what is wrong. And so I am so glad to have each and every one of you with us tonight. Now, that being said, as always, I want to thank all those who support the channel, and not just by watching, but thank you to everyone who watches, obviously. But then everyone, I want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. We have a brand new Patreon supporter, Jeremy Harris, longtime friend of the channel. Jeremy became a Patreon supporter this week. And Jeremy, from the bottom of my heart, I am so thankful for you, man. And I am so thankful that that you have chosen to put your trust in us that way. And so I'm very thankful. Also joining this week was William and Bradley. Thank you guys so much for becoming part of the Patreon. Also to all of our members, we have several new members. We got Chuck and Lewis and Spooky and Prakash and Brian Scully joined this week. Like all of you guys, we're so thankful for all of our members. And don't forget, membership has its privileges, whether it be part of the membership or whether it be part of the Patreon. It has its privileges. You guys get the members get these cool, you know, emoticons that you can use during our live streams and such, and that's really fun. Plus, you get free behind the scene videos, like stuff that's special just for you guys. And so, you know, a lot of you know the wonderful Tifftastic. Yes, the wonderful and beautiful Tifftastic. And so here she is dressed as Harley Quinn. Gotta love her. And today I posted a video for our Patreon supporters and our members of it's a personal video of when I asked Tiffany to marry me. I did a huge what do they call it? Flash mob. I went to our local mall, and we have a large you know, center court in there, and a food court upstairs. And so we did this whole big thing, and we literally had about 300 people who we didn't know who were watching around us, and about 150 people that were friends and family of ours. And we totally surprised her. I totally nailed it that day. It was really, really great. Really had a lot of fun, and I came floating down to her on the escalator singing her a song, and she was singing with me, and we had microphones and everything else. And so it was just a really, really great day and a wonderful time. And we talk about it sometimes here on the channel. And so I wanted to share that with you all. And so that's one of the perks. Plus you get these cool vlogs from me and stuff like that if you join up in one of those ways. So thank you guys so much for your support and for your, like I said, your trust in us. We greatly appreciate it. Now tonight, you know, I just kind of wanted to I wanted to touch on something that apparently has been out there, but I haven't really had a chance to, I had not seen, and I had not had a chance to view myself. And so I wanted to talk about this because let me tell you something. There's anything that gets me going more is this idea and this thought of Warner Brothers has really put out there. I mean, they're really putting out there more and more and supporting the idea and the notion that they're just being really petty when it comes to Zack Snyder and Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that ticks me off. Now, before we jump into this, though, in this topic tonight, I do want to say hello to everyone here in the chat. What's up, TWK? Good to see you. What's up, Andy? Our good friend Ryan. Have you subscribed to Matt Jarbo's new channel, Potty? This isn't about Matt Jarbo. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully, maybe he might join us a little bit later. Tom Hanks, Ball Sack 69. What's up, man? Says Yeenosh. Yeenosh. The cool guy is here. Yes. Good to see you. We love Matt Jarbo up in here. Ephraim, good to see you. Good to see you up in here. Geek Studios, always good to see you. Jacob Luddy, good to see you. James Rippey, good to see you. Ben Workman, also good to see you. Wanderer of the Moonlight Road, always good to see you for sure. What's up, Andrew Casali? Good to see you in here as well. The Madman himself, Movie Madness and Entertainment. What's up, Max? Hello, Richard Gilbert. Good to see you. Music Man up in here. Good to see you. What's up, Bradley? Yes. Good to see you. Let's see. What's up, Prince Babu? Says they are going to change the whole Snyder plans through the new Flash movie by introducing Supergirl. That's what I heard. I don't think that changes. Introducing Supergirl doesn't change anything. Introducing Supergirl is just introducing Supergirl. This is a multiverse movie. We just did a video about this yesterday, and we kind of talked about this. The fact that like just introducing Supergirl doesn't change anything. If she doesn't have blonde hair, it doesn't change anything. If she doesn't have blue eyes, it doesn't change anything. All these people up in arms about that kind of stuff, that doesn't change anything. But that's a bunch of people who are too scared of the wrong things. Okay, they're scared that she's not white. I don't know how that changes anything. And how does it change anything? Because they'll introduce a new super character into that. It's a multiverse movie. That's what you have to remember. It's a multiverse movie. If you were ever going to introduce a different version of a character that's different from the stereotypical of what we usually have, this would be the time to do it. Is in this movie. So don't worry about things like that. And him just look, Muschietti just simply introducing Supergirl is not going to change anything. Trust me. And he even showed the Man of Steel. Actually, I don't know if it was the Man of Steel one. It didn't look like the Man of Steel S to me. I know people are saying that, but that S was pretty big. It actually, I'm sorry, the Batman v Superman. Somebody I saw said something about Batman v Superman, but that it looked more like the Man of Steel suit to me. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Matt Butts, good to see you, sir. Again, Vikram, good to see you. Nate, good to see you. And Rockaholic Angel, good to see you here in the chat. Hector, good to see you. Master of None, always good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, bro. For sure. Yes, Black Star Afro, good to see you. Let's see here. Kinky Sphincter, good to see you. Hey, Wendy, good to see you. Good to see all you fine people. Ronan Unleashed, good to have you here tonight. McLovin up in the house. Yes, Snyder Army. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your support in every way. So, Shiftygism is here. Good to see you. Christopher Barker is here. Does WB hate the Snyder Cut? I mean, the DCU hasn't had the same successes as the MCU. Man of Steel and Batman v Superman have all been divisive. It's the Last Jedi effect. You know what? We'll talk about that a little bit tonight for sure. Barcelona B, always good to have you here in the chat and to see you. Yeah, Shiftygism. So this Jennifer Lawrence thing of Stu Storm, yeah, I don't know. But we'll get into some question and answer a little bit and maybe bring that back up. Jacob Torres, good to see you. The Ghost Who Walks up in here. Yes. Alex, the filmmaker, good to see you. Hellblazer, good to see you. Avijit, good to see you here as well. I always want to make sure that I get these names right, or at least try. Stephen Hopper, good to see you, sir. Yes, so Prakash, welcome. One of our newest members. Always good to have you here, sir. And Ed, good to see you. All right. I think, hey, Emmanuel, good to see you, brother. All right. Roosevelt, good to have you as well. Richie Moe, good to see you. Gary Lee Fowler, good to have you. I'm not here. This is a hologram. Rhea in the house. Carlos is here. Amparo is here. Good to have you. TW McKay is here. Shadow Shark Productions is here. That one. Carlos is here. Aaron Entertainment. I said that. Anthony Strader is here. Andres is here. Boy, I missed a bunch of them, didn't I? I sure did. All right. So here's the thing also. Stand by because we may open it up to conversation here in just a little while and offer an opportunity for you guys to come in and talk about this. But so here is Cup of Malik is here. Good to see you, Cup of Malik, and Cristiano and Mark. Yes. DC Big Osoya is here. Good to see you. All right. So here's the thing. I'm really getting tired, and it's been an ongoing thing, folks, of DC doing these like answer backs to everything that either has to do with the Snyderverse, whether it has to do with Ray Fisher. Anytime something comes out, and what I find is funny is that these people have there's a lot of people who have tried to put it the other way. It's like, oh yeah, look, every time WB does something, Ray Fisher does it. Which, if you go back and you watch it, it was the exact opposite. It was the exact opposite. Literally, Ray Fisher would release something, and then all of a sudden, you had these stories coming out, these fake stories. I will even point out about Jason Momoa as Frosty the Snowman. Yeah. And Jason Momoa himself shot that down and said that he was ticked off because it was an absolute lie. So when you have things like that are going on, and we know that Warner Brothers was not happy about the fact that the Snyder Cut even came to be. This was something that I saw today, and this put a smile on my face when I saw it, because somebody asked Zack Snyder on Vero, said, everyone is so happy. Great job, boss. And he simply said, it was hard. And the question back said, did the pressure from the fans help? And that's an exciting yes, with many explanation points there, saying, yes, what we did helped. All these people are like, these fans are just so loudmouth and it doesn't matter and blah, blah, blah. What you did was important. What you did helped stir something to make this a reality. We're coming up on March 18th, folks. It is real. It is here. Are you excited? Are you just, I don't know about you, but I am at this point, I am just stirred inside. I cannot wait until March 18th. The only way this could be any better for me would be if I knew that I would be able to go to the theater on March 18th and sit there with other Snyder fans and other fans of DC and be able to take this in all together. I mean, we're all going to be here in our home, watching it, and you're going to be in your homes watching it. And by the way, shout out to everyone around the world who is now going to be able to see this on March 18th. Can we talk about that for a minute? That's something even that Zack Snyder is having to had to fight for, is for all the fans around the world to be able to see this all at the same time on the same day. We see here this tweet from Zack himself. And I just love this because I know a lot of you were very, very concerned about this. But he tweeted this out. Zack Snyder's Justice League will be available worldwide in all markets on the same day as in the US on March 18th via on-demand digital download, linear, or streaming. Oh my gosh. Then, of course, he did say platform availability will depend on each territory, with the exception of France, China, and Japan, where the release dates are to be determined. Additional details for specific markets will be shared. But, folks, come on. He had to fight for this even. Every step along the way has been a fight. Everything that they've tried to accomplish or they've wanted to accomplish with the Snyder Cut has been a fight. Even in the beginning, Deborah Snyder even went on Lightcast last week, and she was talking about the fact that, and she actually alluded to this a couple of months ago. I'm surprised nobody ran with this story a couple of months ago. But it seemed to finally catch on this week, and that is the fact that WB just wanted them to release an unfinished cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I pour myself a hot beverage. You pour yourself a hot beverage or a cold beverage, whatever kind of beverage you want, wherever you are. But yeah, they wanted to just give a little. There it is. Just try to appease us by giving us a half done thing. Black Star, you're absolutely right. The fight seems like it will never end. Isn't it ironic that that's also a term for Superman's struggle, called the never-ending battle? The never-ending battle. It is never a thing of we can just say, hey, we've arrived. Oh. March 18th is going to be a day, folks, that it's going to break all records. It's going to be the day of reckoning for Warner Brothers. And I even think and this is something we're going to talk about here, Anthony, in just a second. Says once March 18th comes, we're definitely going to break the internet so we can prove to Warner Brothers that Zack Snyder's Justice League isn't a Cul De Sac. It's a Cul De Sac. I love it. But even this week, even with the talk of the Flash movie, and look, we've talked about the Flash movie, and I understand everybody's stance on the Flash movie, and you all have heard my stance on the Flash movie. I have said over and over again, I am ticked off with the fact that they cut Ray Fisher out of the movie, and it's going to be very hard for me to watch that film knowing what I know now. As a DC fan, I want it to do well. I want it to not be more dribble. I want it to not be some junk that is just kind of thrown out there and that I'm praying that it will be something that that's good. Something that is watchable, something that we can all be proud of. But I know this, and this is the problem. We know what's happened to get here, folks. And that's the sad part. And yeah, I'm going to have issue with this movie. But that being said, you all know also that I'm a pretty positive person. And I try to remain positive in all things. And so even this week, with this news of Supergirl coming up on the Flash movie, in the Flash movie, I'm trying to remain positive. Now, this is an artist rendering by Boss Logic, and of just one thing that she could possibly look like. I've even seen artist rendering of her with blonde hair, which look absolutely fine if they choose to do that. But who cares, right? My point in making my video the other day was all these people coming forward and like they're mad that she's not blonde hair, blue eyed, and just white. Like, who cares at this point? She doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to be. As long as she fits the role well and the story's written well, sign me up. The problem that I have with the Flash film is not that. Look, Ezra Miller's going to be in it. Ben Affleck's going to be in it, so I fully support them. Michael Keaton's going to be in it as Batman, for goodness sakes. So yeah, I want to be happy about this, and I want to be excited about this. What's up, Drab Walker? Good to see you, man. Yes, to prove to all the haters that Zack deserves to stay. And that's my point. But last night, I was on Dave Pena's show, The Vodka Stream. And Scott McClellan brought up something that I had not seen. I had heard it, but I had not actually been able to find the video. And tonight, I want to share with you this video because we all know the famous now Cul De Sac statement, right? The famous Cul De Sac, I want to say Cul De Sac, Cul De Sac statement that this wasn't going anywhere, that this isn't going anywhere. And I said then when I first heard it, I said, what? Why would you say that? Who in their right mind, what executive at Warner Brothers would put out a statement that says, yeah, that Zack Snyder thing, that ain't going anywhere. Don't pay any attention to that. It's like watching The Wizard of Oz. Like, don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain, right? And so all the things that I was thinking inside my head, like Kevin Feige would never come out and throw a Marvel property under the bus like that and tell you basically don't even worry about that one. Don't worry about where that one's going or who's in that or whatever. Worry about supporting it. Don't worry about any of that. So I have to ask the question, why would Warner Brothers do that? Why would Warner Brothers choose to throw one of the biggest, the biggest thing that's going to probably be on HBO Max this year? Yes, there's a lot of great movies that people are looking forward to, but this is something literally that us fans have fought for. You and I have fought for this. You and I have gone toe to toe with how many idiots out there daily. I am bombarded by emails and I'm bombarded by private messages and DMs and just people running into people on the street. I shared yesterday. I literally was talking to somebody yesterday. I was wearing this hat. Yes, the famous $26 hat. And I'm sitting there and somebody looks at me and said, Justice League? Why Justice League? Why not Justice League? And yes, I had to once again. People are often talking about like, why are these Snyder fans always so defensive? And why do they take such a posture that they do, that they seem to be so upset all the time? First of all, we're not upset. We've been very positive as a movement, as a group of fans. We have been very positive. And you, ladies and gentlemen, have made so much change happen because of your creativity, because of your passion, because of what this means to you to see this come about. I'm seeing things all over the place, ladies and gentlemen, of things that people are bringing about and doing to try to raise awareness, to try to support Zack and his family. Tonight, I was able to get tickets. Thank you to Abdul. There is going to be a showing of Batman v Superman in the Detroit area. And oh my gosh, I got 4 tickets to it tonight. I get to see, yes, and not just any version of Batman. Yes, it's the good one, right? Yeah, not that theatrical version. No, the good one. And so we're going to see that on the big screen. I'm so excited about that. You also know about this. And by the way, those tickets, all the proceeds for that, this guy is putting his own money where his mouth is and doing this to support the AFSP. Guys, supporting the AFSP like that, running out of theater and saying, hey, I want to get these fans together and let's raise some money for suicide prevention. And then I see all these idiots, these jerks, these horrible excuses for human beings mock that. Mock the idea of the fandom coming together and supporting something like suicide prevention. Yeah, I get a little stirred up. I get a little stirred up inside when I see that kind of garbage. So many people came together and we placed this brick because, look, I believe in Zack Snyder. I believe in his family. I believe in what he has accomplished. And I am so thankful for his vision of Superman coming to the big screen. For his vision of these characters in the face of all of these people who've attacked them, who've attacked the Snyders, who've said things. I literally had to delete a comment off of this channel about somebody because they were spewing garbage and just atrocious conspiracy theories about his daughter. Scum of the earth. That's why we arranged and we asked you all to join us in trying to raise funds to put this brick in at the Superman Museum. You know, it wasn't a thing of just being about the Poindexter Lounge. It's about all of you. And so now, yes, you'll be able to go to the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois. You'll be able to see this brick on their walkway where it says, if you seek his monument, look around you to the family of Zack and Deborah Snyder, the Poindexter Lounge, and your many associate producers. You all made that happen. Supporters of Zack made that happen. I can't be more thankful for all of you. Drav Walker, how's it going? One of our wonderful members, one of our wonderful friends here at the channel with $10 Australian. Thank you, sir, so much. Says Cul De Sac. When I heard about it a few weeks ago, to me and to us all here, when I heard about it a few weeks ago, to me and all of us here, when it airs, it won't be a cul-de-sac. It will be a call to Zack. Hashtag us united. Oh, I love it. Yes. And that's what this brick was a call to Zack. We have been able I'm sorry, I'm looking at this Amparo. Yeah, right. Now they call us Russian bots. Right? It's absolutely just sickening. It's sickening to see the response of these people who simply because they don't like the movies. Really? You got they're so bent out of shape with such rage. And that, listen, I'm at a point. I'm convinced that they're all just I'm in a coke field rage. Drugs.
It's on that
These people have lost their minds. They're so upset that they don't get to see their little version of Batman or Superman that has been the only versions that we've seen all this time, that they're literally willing to result to such horrible things and things that they say. And so, yes, I stand with Zack Snyder. I stand with Ray Fisher. And I'm excited to see what is coming. Call me a Russian bot all you want. Can you imagine those same people would probably lose their mind if they actually made a live action movie of this, right? Because they apparently don't understand what the multiverse is. You know, let Marvel do a multiverse thing, and then they're like, "Oh, it's so cool! We're gonna get to see multiple Spider-Men." Which, no offense against that, you know, Andrew Casale, you know, I'm all there with you, but come on, Why is it that you just mention the name DC and people lose their freaking minds? It's because I literally had oh my gosh. I literally had a conversation today. I was in a conversation with some people where a guy in the Superman page that I'm a part of, like, was arguing with another friend of mine and said something about, well, I'm a Mensa. I'm part of Mensa. Like, well, apparently you don't have any common sense. Because this person was going on about how Zack Snyder's, stuff and vision and everything was horrible and atrocious and stuff, and that Christopher Reeve is the only version that can ever be from here on out. That all the movies that come out literally predicting the future, saying that there will never, and I quote, never. And if you tell me that you didn't really mean never, then you know what? Use some of that Mensa brain and actually say what you mean and mean what you say. Because this person said, there will never, ever be another movie as good as Superman the movie. There will never, ever be another Superman as good as Christopher Reeve. And this is what I say to that. Christopher Reeve himself would be disappointed in the Superman community. Those of you who say ignorant things like that. Because Christopher Reeve never meant for you all or for us to take his version as being the only definitive version that could ever be. The man literally gave his seal of approval to Tom Welling, went and was a character on Smallville, loved Tom Welling, and said that he was the heir apparent to his version of Superman. And yet there are fans who still to this day just want to argue and gripe about the fact that Tom Welling never put the suit on, so he doesn't count as a Superman. He was Clark Kent. Clark Kent is the real person. That's what some of these people can't get through their heads. And look, you don't have to like every version of Superman. You don't have to like Tom Welling. I'm not telling you like, you don't have to like Dean Cain. You don't have to like Brandon Routh. You don't have to like everybody. You don't have to like Tyler Hoechlin, for God's sake. But it's Superman. So why are you griping? Let somebody else have some joy for a minute. You know? If somebody else likes it, God bless them. I have just about, like I said, I'm sitting there and somebody says to me, Justice League. What's all that about? Really? Justice League? Yeah, Justice League. And then looked at me and said, oh, well, what do you think of this, Justice League, this Zack Snyder thing? What do I think of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm so glad. So glad that you asked. And then I began to take this person on a little trip down what Enosh thinks of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Person began to tell me about how they love Marvel, which is fine. I don't have a problem with anyone loving Marvel. Not in the least bit. But started to tell me about how, Zack Snyder's, not Zack Snyder's, but basically about Zack Snyder's, because basically started telling me about how, the DC movies, they don't paint these characters as like what they really are, outside of being heroes. I'm sorry, excuse me? Excuse me? When one of the number one complaints that I've heard from so many people is that they don't like the fact that Clark Kent was featured more in the Man of Steel movie than Superman, but somehow Marvel movies portray the real people behind the superheroes more. If that's not the biggest misrepresentation of the DC universe, I don't know. I don't know what is. That's like literally just.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
What are you talking about? What are you even talking about?
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I really didn't even. I mean, it literally it even took me aback. It took me a minute to just kind of process that. You know what I'm saying? It just took me a minute to process that. Ryan Hartwell with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan. You are awesome. I appreciate you, man. Says, we just want a movie to see its light of day. WB just wants everyone to think it's divisive for the sake of divisiveness. Absolutely. That's the thing, is they're literally trying to sow the seeds over and over again of division. And we see it even within the Snyder community. Those folks, do not let these naysayers, do not let these people plant this negativity in your mind about each other. You know yourself when you're watching a movie and the good guys are all together and some outside influence comes in and starts, hyping up one or whatever. I mean, it's an old trope that these guys start hyping up one or the other or start saying things about the other to get the good guys all riled up and divided. And it's disappointing to watch from the outside. I'm seeing it sometimes from the inside here going, guys, stop going at each other. Stop going for the jugular on people that are wanting the same thing as you. You know what I mean? Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that to each other. Oh, T.W. McKay. Well, I'll get back here, Night Captain, in just a second. T.W. McKay. I'd love to see an animated Superman version of Speeding Bullets. For those of you who don't know, that's an Elseworld tale. It was one of the first Elseworlds tale. I think it was the first Elseworlds book that came out from DC. And that was fantastic. What a great book. It's basically the idea of what if Superman crash landed in just outside of Gotham, and that instead of the Kents finding him, that the Waynes found him, and they never had Bruce. And they raised him, but all the same things happened. Bruce's parents died. Now you have a superpowered Superman with vengeance on his mind. Imagine that. Great book, by the way. Good call. Night Captain with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Night Captain. Appreciate you. Says, the sad part is Zach got hate when he joined DC. I know. Folks, we're going to watch a video here in a second, and this put it so right for me. Like, as far as what I think of the situation. And if you haven't heard this, you're going to want to hear this from Kevin Smith himself, because it put into perspective exactly how I feel. What's up, Kuldeep? Good to see you with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Kuldeep. You're awesome. You know what? I haven't been giving you guys these, and I should. So here for the last couple of you. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys who give. So for the last few of you, we're going to give you. I know it's whoops, where'd it go? I missed it. So we're going to give you one of these from my grandma supporting Zack Snyder, and Zack Snyder talking about this, and then I'll give you guys another drop here in just a second.
Welcome to the Poindexter Lounge. I'm Enosh's grandma, and I say yes, release the Snyder Cut.
That's right. Even grandma knows. Congratulations, Zach.
So the film was finished in the cut that I am working on was finished in February of, I think that was it 2017? Yeah, February of 2017. The cut was finished. And then that's the giant, super long version of the movie, my kind of penultimate version.
There you go. Movie's been done, been ready. But Kuldeep says here, yo, Enosh, feel so proud to be a part of the movement. We got to ramp it up for the Ayer cut next. Restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag us united. Screw the haters. Absolutely. Look, I want to see these things restored. I want to see the Snyderverse restored. And that's what we got to talk about, because look, WB wants to gloss right over us. They want to just gloss right over us and act like, well, you know what? We're just gonna just go silent into the night now. Right? By the way, everybody asking, and I know a couple of you asked, I just happened to see Andy's. Andy, so a lot of people have asked if Zach has seen the brick. We have sent that information up through certain channels. So hopefully Zach gets to see the brick here pretty soon. And I got to tell Zach about the brick. I did get to tell him about the brick, that the brick was coming. And so now I'm just trying to make sure that he gets to see it. But the wonderful ladies that you just saw in that last clip, the Nerd Queens, I know I sent it to them. And they shared it on Vero, and we all tagged Zach in it and stuff. And so definitely hoping, and just there's stuff in the works. Also, don't forget, it was just announced that Justice Con, 2 is coming here. So be looking for all that. And we're going to be a part of that here at the Poindexter Lounge. You and me, we get to be a part of that. You get to come to the Poindexter Lounge and see that. So that's going to be a cool thing for sure. So be looking for that. I want to get to this last one here, and then we'll get on here. Okay. Andrew Casali with a $10 super chat. I can't stand people who say that's not my Superman. Christopher Reeve was the old days. This is a new era, and that's Cavill's Superman, and he's here to stay. So get with it, haters. Cavill is the Man of Steel. So you know what? I'm right there with you, Andrew, and here's why. Henry Cavill has been Henry Cavill is my Superman now. Christopher Reeve has been my Superman my entire life. My entire life, Christopher Reeve has been my Superman. You guys don't even know. Still to this day, I look at I keep saying Henry Cavill because Henry Cavill is just, he is taken the reins. He's taken the baton for me. But Christopher Reeve, I just look at Christopher Reeve, and Christopher Reeve is Superman. He looks like he stepped right. I will give any of you that. Absolutely. But it's not 1978 anymore. It's not 1981 anymore, or 82, or 83. It's not 1987, the last time we saw Christopher Reeve's version of Superman in Superman 4. There comes a time when you just have to say, okay, what's next? And how many incarnations of Superman have there been since 1987? Yes, I get it. You love him. I get it. I do too. But I literally saw some people, these same people were posting that Henry Cavill looks like he hates being Superman, and he always looks like he's a jerk to the fans. Yeah. Can you believe that that's an actual statement? That's literally an actual statement from someone about Henry Cavill.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Amen. I cannot believe that kind of ridiculousness. What's up, Jeremy? By the way, Jeremy, I don't know if you were here at the top of the broadcast, but I did thank you. Jeremy, like I said, is our newest Patreon supporter. Thank you so much for your support, man. Longtime friend of the channel, and Really appreciate you, Jeremy. Says, can't bother to stress myself about this anymore. WB is going to lose this fight anyways. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, they are. I need that this scene, but with I need somebody to put like Warner Brothers logo in there for Doomcock.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
They're going to lose this fight because the reality is that there are so many people. I literally heard the same guy, and you know, and maybe it's just this guy, but he's got these little detractors and stuff talking about how like nobody he knows likes Cavill. Just totally dismissing the millions of us who absolutely love Cavill in this role. Kevin Cheadle with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate you. I love that. I like that avatar you got there for sure. Says, I always thought it was hilarious that Walter Hamada and everyone at Warner blamed Snyder for Justice League flopping, but they were the problem. Right? Like, how do you screw with somebody's movie and then get mad that the movie didn't do what you thought it should do? You, sir. You are brilliant. And I gotta give you see what can I give you for that brilliance right there. That was such a great statement right there, Kevin, because you get it. You understand this like you should. And I so just for you, this is for Walter Hamada and all those idiots over WB.
They're trying. Let me just break it down for you like this. I can summarize everything up in simply 2 words. You lost.
There you go. There you go. We know that they don't have a clue. And thank you, Tom Hanks. I appreciate the support. I don't know if I want that much responsibility, but I do appreciate the thought behind it for sure. Okay, so I think I'm all caught up there with super chats and everything. I always like to make sure I'm caught up with all those. But so we're gonna watch this little video here. This is Kevin Smith finding out about the Cul De Sac moment. And if you haven't seen this, this is very telling. If you have, just go along with me. Let's watch this together. And here we go.
That, as for the Snyder Cut, DC Films told the Times that is a storytelling cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere.
Wait,
in other
who
words,
told you this?
DC Films told the New York Times that the HBO Max event, the Snyder Cut, is a storytelling cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere. In other words, the Snyder Cut is not part of the DC Films blueprint that's been discussed here.
Just out of curiosity, why would you say that? Why would one feel the need to put that out there before this thing even happens? Because what if it, fucking takes the world by storm in March and people are like, we want fucking more and shit. What, they're saying like, no, there won't be more. Because I happen to know that the ending that he's got for the Snyder Cut is very not a cul-de-sac. It takes it to a weird neighborhood, but it's not a cul-de-sac. You can keep fucking going with the story based on what I've heard from a friend. So
it's weird also given the fact that most of the actors who are in the mainline DCEU came from that. So you're not going to recast Jason Momoa, you're not going to recast Gal Gadot. There's going to be more Batman. Who knows? I still I'm uncertain about Ezra Miller going forward, even though Warner Brothers seems, locked and loaded and ready to go with him.
Just started filming.
There's always going to be a strain of the Snyderverse because these are the actors who populated it. But whether or not they're going to give Zack more license to make more Justice League movies, I think is the maybe not.
But again, like, why say that now? Like, I would hedge my bets and wait until march and the tale was told, you know, because that way, if the audience, let the audience decide. Like if the audience is like, we want fucking more, man, then you don't have to go back on what you said. Like apparently it's not a cul-de-sac. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Unless it was all a well-designed PR ploy to get.
Check that out. Check that out. Let's once again, folks.
Cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere. In other words, the Snyder Cut is not part of the DC Films blueprint that's been discussed here.
Just out of curiosity, why would you say that? Why would?
Yep. That's what we've all been asking. And, you know, I don't understand. Can somebody, for the love of Pete, tell me, why would you, as an executive, somebody who wants to make money, you want to make money, right? You're in business to make money. You're literally in business to make money. And you are going to say something like that when somebody asks you a question about the Snyderverse. Oh, no, that's a cul-de-sac. That's not going anywhere. Don't pay any attention to that. Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously. Seriously, who does that? Who are these people? It's like and somebody said to me the other day, said, "Oh, Enosh, nope. You are too emotional, Enosh. You're too emotional about this. You have allowed this to get to you, Enosh, where you are too emotional about the Snyder Cut. You're too emotional about Zack Snyder, and you've let it blind you, Enosh. Oh, yes, you've let it blind you to the realities of what's really going on. WB is a company. Warner Brothers Pictures is a company that wants to make money. They would not be so petty as to just simply have a problem with Zack Snyder and try to attack Zack Snyder. Well, then why is it we all knew that Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer was coming out last weekend, right? We're literally like 1 week out of that. Everybody knew that all week long. There was one trailer, one teaser after another, teaser. And Warner Brothers tries to shoot themselves in the foot even then by putting out this Godzilla versus Kong thing. What? And it failed miserably, by the way. Nobody knew about it. Nobody cared about it. Why? Because everybody was literally talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is not even a film that's coming out in the theater, and yet it's like the number 2 watched trailer of all time for Warner Brothers. And then somebody said, well, you know, that's not really that big of a deal. I don't know why you guys are making such a big deal over trailer numbers. Really? Really? So let me get this straight. When the MCU has something do millions of views as trailers, like, see there, everyone, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is so much better than the DC Universe. Look at all the people who love it. Accolades upon accolades upon accolades. Zack Snyder's Justice League does amazingly well. Is like huge, and this is all a trailer for something that's showing up on a streaming service, and it's, I don't know why you guys are so excited about that. That's not even a big deal. Oh, so what? Over 20-some million people watched it, and that was then. This trailer, who cares? That doesn't mean anything. Why are you guys getting so worked up over that? Really? This is the double talk. This is the back and forth that we have experienced being DC fans. Trust me, a year ago, I thought I was on an island by myself. I was literally touting from the mountains my love for Zack Snyder's version of these characters, or for DC in general. And I had been told over and over again what an idiot I was, and the comments and just the horrible things that people said to me. And yet here we are. Amazing the difference a year can make. isn't it? Because here we are now. And this is what I say. Why would you, as an executive, you say you want to make money and people want to tell me that, oh, Warner Brothers isn't that petty. Yeah, they are. Warner Brothers is absolutely that petty. And they've been proving it over and over again. And listen, like I said, we even reported this last week. Saggy Melons, you were here. Saggy, check your DMs. But I even reported this week about Supergirl showing up in The Flash. We even reported about that this week. And I had positive things to say about this. I could find positive things to even say about something that gets on my last nerves as to what's going on behind the scenes with it. But did you notice something? Remember the story that we shared at the beginning of this broadcast? Little story about the fact that Zach pushed hard and won the battle to get international distribution, something that all of the fans were concerned about, that they were pressing on for, that so many fans were concerned that they weren't going to get a chance to just see this film that they had worked so hard to promote. And Zach just did an interview like a week and a half ago where he's almost in tears because he wants his fans to be able to see this. You got people out here defending Joss Whedon up and down. You know, I believe Joss Whedon. I don't have that clip. Dave Pena has that clip. But I defend Joss Whedon. I believe Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon's not a bad guy. I get people DMing me. Like, why are you so bad on Joss Whedon? Just because you're a fan of Ray Fisher? Oh my gosh, you're such a fan of Ray Fisher. You're such a fanboy. You're just only doing this because he came on your channel and because he tweeted about you. You don't really know what's going on. Joss Whedon is a fine individual and blah 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 blah. And they've tried to detract and 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 detract from what's going on. And yet, the other morning, we got the word that they were getting international distribution. And isn't it funny? First thing that happens, Warner Brothers puts out this side story about Supergirl on the same day. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but you know what? You start to see a pattern, just like with Joss Whedon. Notice everybody who works with Zack Snyder says what a wonderful person he is, how they absolutely love Zach, how Zach cares about each and every one of them, cares about their personal needs on set and abroad. And these people who like we've talked to people like Ray Porter, who Ray has nothing but gushing, glowing things to say about Zach. All the women who've worked with Zach say nothing but gushing, glowing things about Zach. People of color have nothing but gushing, glowing things to say about Zach. People of different just backgrounds and makeups and just everything have nothing but positive things to say about Zach. People from the LGBTQ plus have nothing but glowing, wonderful things to say about Zach. The only people who have anything negative to say about Zach is Warner Brothers. Are these people who want to try to throw his movies under the bus? Interesting. But I asked the same question here that was just posed by Kevin Smith. What the heck? Who says that? Who says that? Yes, you're being petty, Warner Brothers. Yes. No. They can't find it in their hearts to just put out a text or a tweet about Zack Snyder's Justice League supporting it. They can't even find a minute to do that. But yet, they can release all this other stuff. Like, really? Okay, that's where they can find the that button. Couple real quick, and then I got somebody that I want to bring in. Ferret Man, I like that. That's a Ferret man. 23. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You're awesome. Let's see what can we give you here for that. I got to update my drops here. Yeah. Here you go. We'll give you the Anchorman Cloverfield drop. Scotch! Scotch! There it goes down. Down into my belly. Kind of a big deal. That escalated quickly. Do you really love the lamp? Yep. Somebody at WB has had a little bit too much to drink. Ferret Man says, great channel. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. We try around here. We certainly do. It seems to me WB just hates money. Right? I need that drop from Idiocracy. I like money. I like money. If Zack Snyder's Justice League does awesome and they don't greenlight Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Yeah. Like what the heck? If they don't greenlight this thing, and that's what Kevin Smith was just saying right there. Like literally. Why would you say that so far ahead of the movie coming out? Why wouldn't you just wait until March? Just wait until March, see what it does. It could blow up. It could literally be the biggest thing that you've ever seen. It could literally save HBO Max. And you're like, nah, it ain't going nowhere. We just want all of you to know. We wanted all of you to know a couple of months in advance. It ain't going nowhere. You're right, Ruin Nation. It's like they want to ruin the movie before it even comes out. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing. Like I said, everybody can have their own point of view, right? And I respect everybody's point of view. Look, even here with enough prep time, the Nerd Man says, sorry, mate, Cavill is one of, if not the worst Superman, and it's nothing to do with Chris Reeves. Okay, so I know a lot of people would attack on that. I know a lot of people would jump on that and get mad about that. I wholeheartedly disagree with you. Wholeheartedly disagree with you. But you see, that's what this channel is about having conversations. So you may not like Henry Cavill, and that is fine. That is absolutely fine with me. You don't have to love him. You don't have to like what he does. But you see what I'm saying? This vitriol, this anger, this stirring up, where it's like, okay, you know what? No matter what happens, even if Henry comes back and we see a slew of more Superman movies and we see a bunch of there will be other incarnations of the character for you to enjoy. Next Tuesday, we are literally doing a watch party for the 2-hour premiere of Superman and Lois, which is a different iteration, completely different. I mean, they're trying to make him look like Cavill's now, but you know what I'm saying, right? And so yeah, man, I get it. You don't have to like it, but when you have a company acting like that in the face of a fandom that is wanting more, you're foolish to say something like it's a cul de sac. Andrew Casali with the $5 super chat. You know I love you, Andrew. Says, Point Extra Lounge to all the Snyder haters, the Corner and others, and Hamada, I'll just send Batfleck after their butts and go warehouse fight on them. Absolutely. That'd be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. We see the warehouse scene is one of the best ever. Anyway, so that's that. We got some more things to talk about for sure. And before I do that, though, I want to bring in a young lady. And this is why I think it's important that we bring in somebody like Saggy, because the reality is everybody's at a different place, right? And Saggy just recently saw Batman v Superman for the first time. So this is all kind of fresh to her. And she's, getting up to speed on all this stuff. And I think that's great. And so she she is getting to see some of this stuff for some of the first few times and see kind of what's going on. And I think she's finally getting a taste of how this whole thing has been playing out, you know, and how this thing's been working. Also real quick, Danny Nelba with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. And I forgot to give you a drop to again there, Andrew. So I tell you what, getting the Snyder cut is gonna taste like sugar. Heck yeah, so sweet. So sweet. In fact, someone might even say that it's a little Zack Snyder for life. All right. Says, I believe Zack Snyder's Justice League will be a hit with fans and they will demand part 2. The bell has been rung. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, it has. The bell has been rung. Also, Henry Cavill is a great Kal-El. I like you, Danny. Absolutely, Danny. Thank you for being a part of the lounge. Thank you so much for the support. And I believe so too. And I think that when it comes down to it, the fans will absolutely demand this. Look, if we didn't go away when we were told that Zack Snyder's Justice League didn't exist. Yep, that's what we were told. It didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. And I really doubt we're going to go away with this. In fact, I got a video that I want to show. I'm sure he won't be upset about it, the person who made it. So we'll talk about that in a second. But hey, Saggy,
what's up?
I know you've been waiting back there for a minute, and I appreciate you. But just wanted to kind of get some of this stuff off my mind, kind of talk about some of this stuff. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm great. I was just on my phone playing around with some apps and stuff. But yeah, no, I was listening to you in the background. I just got one question for you.
Yes.
Has Joss Whedon ever like commented on any of the stuff that's been going like ever?
No.
Okay, so when people say I believe Joss Whedon, what are you believing? Because he hasn't said anything. He hasn't said a damn word. He's been sitting there quiet, not addressing it. Listen, if I was accused of being a tyrant at a workplace, and people started saying I was this, I'd be like, oh hell no, absolutely not. And what are you believing, people? What he hasn't said a damn thing to rebuttal any of the claims. So my guess is he's either shutting up because he's being told to shut up, or maybe there's some sus stuff going on. Maybe, I don't know, but I would say he hasn't said nothing. I'm just saying.
Actual footage of Joss Whedon trying to run away from this story as quick as possible. There you go.
What the?
There goes Santa.
I'd be trying to get away from it as quick as possible as myself. I'm amazed. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Like, I don't understand. Like, obviously, well, it goes back to Ray Fisher. I mean, Ray tweeted out just even again this last week, said, you know, if anything that I'm saying is not correct, then why don't they sue me?
That would be slander if he was lying.
Why don't they why don't they you know, say that what I said was wrong?
I saw that.
Oh, that's right. Because it's not. You know, I mean, seriously, oh my gosh. It's very interesting to see more and more how this story plays out, and I'm right there with you. Like if it were me, I would I'd be all over it. You know, I'd definitely be all over it. I'd be like, no, I didn't do this. I would at least release a statement about it. You know, releasing a statement saying, look, this is not what happened. You know, coming to find. In fact, I'm looking right now. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go right here. This is the tweet from Ray about it. And he just simply says here, there's only one reason that I haven't been sued by Joss Whedon, Toby Emmerich, Jeff Johns, John Berg, or Walter Hamada. I mean, Ray has been very much out there in speaking his mind. He says, they know I'm telling the truth. you can't defend yourself against something that you know you did.
Right.
Right. So, but you know, I just find it interesting that Warner Brothers just keeps like doing these little things. I mean, Saggy, you were here just the other day and we were talking about the Supergirl reveal and everything, and you know, and how, hey, that's cool. You know, like I'm glad that I'm happy that they are showing a different side of the character or whatever. But even then, to put it out the same day as Zach announcing, you know, and that's the thing, is it's becoming a regular thing. It's like a regular news cycle. You know, if Zack Snyder puts something out, if Ray Fisher puts something out, hey guys, look for some WB news today.
And they're trying to wipe it under the rug. So they're like, well, let's get the people distracted and forget all about the controversy, because now we gotta get them hyped for something else other than the stuff that's going on. They don't want us, the consumers, looking into them.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And you know, and I think that is what is changing with this scenario, with the Snyder Cut, with Ray Fisher coming forward with his allegations and the things that are happening. What is changing here is the way Hollywood is going to be able to do business going forward. Because more and more, I think people are going to start holding these studios and these Hollywood elitists to the fire. We're going to start holding them accountable. Just like Ray has said, accountability is greater than entertainment. And yes, we want entertainment. We all want to be entertained. You know what I mean? We all love the things that we love. That being said, I don't know about you, but I want some accountability with my entertainment. I don't want entertainment that comes at the I don't know, at the sacrifice of accountability and people being treated correctly. And, you know, and I don't want to hear about people being treated improperly or hurt, you know, or demoralized on the set of these you know, movies and shows. So,
right. I mean, I feel like they get away with it, have gotten away with it for so long because, number one, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We're now starting to know because the actors are coming forward. But before, we had no idea what goes on behind the scenes. We just see the entertainment, we see the final product, and we're like, yay, this is awesome. I can't wait to see more. But we don't know what goes into, like, you know, they show us behind the scenes cuts, but again, we don't know how deep it goes, how these actors are mentally, you know, dealing with the strenuous things that they have to do to perform for us. And then you find out that the people who are running the show are treating these actors like they're dog crap. And it's absolutely sad when you find out that these actors are not being treated well, to the fact that they're risking their career just to speak out on it. And then people, like I said, there will be people who will hate on them for doing so. Well, we don't care about what happened. We just want to see the movie now. And it's like sad. We literally have people who lose their sense of humanity just for the sake of entertainment.
Yep. You know, it's interesting. I love my wife. My wife is so fantastic. Tiffany is so great tonight.
I'd hope you would.
I do. But I tell you what, I love that woman. She makes me smile in so many ways, and it makes me laugh. Tonight, we were watching, we're catching up on Westworld. We didn't watch it when it first came out. So we started season 2 tonight, and we're watching it. So I go to HBO Max and I'm going through the menu on HBO Max, and it says it's got, you know, not Zack Snyder's, it's got just the regular Justice League movie. And I didn't see it as I was passing through, you know, because it was just on there, the icon was on there, and all of a sudden she goes, boo. And I was like, what are you booing? Because I'd already passed it. And I'm like, what are you booing? Like, you still want to watch Westworld, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, Justice League was just on the screen there. And I'm like, I love you. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you as being my wife. I couldn't be more happy with who you are and your support, because you know, Nobody is going to care about that movie. Look, and she even said, she put it best. She says, look, when the movie first came out, this is all we thought we were going to get. This is what we thought was the extent of it, we thought was the extent of these characters and everything. And so a lot of us, we just kind of said, okay, well, hey, this is what we got. This is the first time we get to see these characters on here. I guess is the best it's going to get. And a lot of us, even tried to excuse it, almost like that abuse kind of mentality. It's like, well, this is all we're going to get, so I guess we'll just take it, and go with it. And then it's interesting because once we started finding out some of these things, once people started having the courage to come forward, like Ray Fisher and others who have come forward now and say, the things that they've said and point out the things that have happened, it puts it in a completely different light for you. And now how thankful are we all that Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming out, that we're going to get to see justice really done. Drab Walker here says, Poindexter Lounge, Enosh, I think they're trying to ignore Ray Fisher, hoping that he'll go away. But definitely Joss Whedon has to speak up now after almost the whole cast of Buffy and Angels series spoke. I agree with you, Luke. I absolutely agree with you on that. Because I mean, it's amazing how this has happened, and now like all these people are coming forward, so you know what, and here I do want to point something out, because I want to make sure that we're all aware of this, because I think that it's important to talk about stuff even if it seems one way. So this is something that was actually, some of the detractors have been trying to use this against Zach and Ray, and this is, you got to read the article for what it is. But Luke also says here, Enosh, the guy that plays Martian Manhunter, was in an interview, was pressed about Joss, and he spoke very fair and his side of what he saw. And that's what I felt too, Drab Walker. Absolutely. Harry Lennox, who plays Martian Manhunter in Zack Snyder's Justice League, was pressed because he worked with Joss. He worked with Joss for many years. And he said, look, that was not my experience with Joss, but I support those who've come forward and basically, was saying, look, I'm glad that they're coming forward and they're speaking about what happened to them, but I can't speak to that because that was not my experience. And obviously everybody doesn't have necessarily the same experience, and you're talking about somebody like Harry Lennox, who is a strong, mature man who probably didn't have time for all that nonsense. You know what I mean? Probably avoided a bunch of that nonsense. And so, of course, that wasn't something that happened to him. But, like, even people don't get the fact that, like, what happened to Ray Fisher, it's never been about what's happened to Ray Fisher. It's about what's happened to others that Ray is trying to raise accountability for, is the things that happen to others. So I'm right there with you, Drab Walker, when it comes to that. So, William, I was born in Las Vegas. And I lived in Las Vegas for several years of my life, but I'm no longer near Las Vegas. I'm in Michigan now. So and very happy that I'm in Michigan, because I get to see in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I get to see Batman v Superman in the theater again. Oh, and not the theatrical version. No, I get to see Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. I wanted to show you something. So, look, I know John Campea can gets under a lot of people's skin, especially when it's come to the Snyder Cut. And I know a lot of people share a lot of different feelings about John Campea. Saggy, are you aware of John Campea?
It sounds like a campy name, but
yeah. Well. So I know you hang out with Max a lot, and so I'm surprised that you haven't heard about John Campea from Max. John Campea is a longtime movie pundit. He started many different things. He's actually the reason why a lot of us even got into talking about movies on the internet in the first place. The problem is, over the last few years, he's made a lot of comments that have really gotten under people's nerves, and it is what it is. But our friend Film Gob puts together some videos that poke fun a lot at John Campea, and basically put this video today. And Film Gob, I hope that you don't mind me showing your video. But I would tell all of you guys, go subscribe to Film Gob. All right. So that'll be my commercial for Film Gob. Go subscribe to Film Gob. Like, everybody doesn't always agree on everything, but this is pretty funny. And so this is kind of when people ask me, like, why are Snyder fans so upset about everything, is because we're so sick of being told that the Snyder Cut didn't exist, that it doesn't exist, that it's a Cul De Sac, it's this, it's that. Let's take a little watch of this.
All right, next up, Supercam 13 writes, John, a YouTuber who is a Snyder Cut fan. You know what? I don't even want to answer the question, but I will. Who is a Snyder Cut fan?
By the way, a random Matt Jarbo has entered the chat.
A wild Matt Jarbo has
That's
appeared.
true. I have seen this video. I did watch it yesterday.
Is this not great?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny and it's frustrating at the same time.
Yes.
Because it's like, Campia, why? Why?
Why?
You know? It's
I know. I don't plan on starting and stopping this like over and over again. So I just wanted us to and then we'll give our comments when it's done.
Fan claims he had really a YouTuber claiming they have a source, claims he has a source in Warner Brothers who told him that Jeff Johns was the reason that Affleck stepped away. Okay, don't believe that for a second. Stepped away. I personally think he's a lunatic on his past uploads. He worships Snyder, hates Johns or Jeff Johns, Kevin Feige, and you. Thoughts? Who cares? Who cares? Look, just because somebody says something on YouTube doesn't mean you should just take it to the bank and just believe it, because it's anybody.
That's right.
Right? Watch. I'll do it right now. Okay. Aquaman's not going to be $1 billion film. $1 billion is fairy tale land. It's not going to do that. Look, I've been saying since April that I think Aquaman should move out of that date. And then whenever I say that, I inevitably get these people going, no, other movies should move. Aquaman shouldn't have to move. It's not about having to move. It's about doing what's good for your movie. I'm telling you right now, if Aquaman had moved to October, if Aquaman had moved to November, I think we're looking at a $60 to $85 million potential opening, maybe even north of that. Aquaman's about to get his ass kicked by a little lady in a blue hat. And yeah, I've screamed from the hilltops for months that Aquaman should have moved release dates. But it's too late to change release dates now.
Seemed to work out pretty good for Aquaman, didn't it?
Spoil the party for all these guys. Hey, John, who wins the box office, Venom or Aquaman? I think Venom's going to make more money now. Not by much, but I think Venom's going to make more money now. John, do you think Aquaman has a chance of crossing $1 billion? No. $1 billion is fairy tale land. But what came out is that Zack Snyder is going to be doing a watch along of Man of Steel. A number of people have been reporting as a part of this stream that they may announce that HBO Max is going to put Justice League Snyder Cut up on HBO Max. Now, remember, let me be very, very clear about this. None of this is coming from reliable sources. None of this is coming from The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Deadline. And as of right now, none of the big legitimate news sites are backing this up. So I doubt this is happening.
There is this. I have this. I don't know if this is helpful. See that?
Oh my God. I don't think listen, $20 to $30 million is a huge investment. What if they say, you know what? When we put up Justice League on HBO Max, listed amongst the special features will be hashtag Snyder Cut unfinished version. Release the Snyder Cut. That's why I've been putting out the hashtag complete and release the Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder Cut just sounds cleaner than finish the visual effects editing and all post-production on the Snyder Cut, then release it pretty please.
I think it's a good idea to put the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. I don't think that becomes the centerpiece of your marketing for HBO Max. I just don't think there would be enough people.
Gotta love it.
talking about Walter Hamada, who I believe has been doing just a terrific job with stuff over there. Now, you guys have heard me talk about Zack Snyder. I'm a big Zack Snyder fan. I do know this. He needs to stop with the bullshit. He needs to get off social media. He needs to stop with trolling with all the Justice League stuff. He is not doing himself any favors.
I'm like, that's cool, but you're living in a fucking dream world, okay?
And all he's doing is turning off other producers and studios from wanting to work with them.
I'm like, wake the fuck up. It's like,
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hey there, guys. John here. And for video to respond to all this Grace Randolph nonsense that's been going on here. You see, at the heart of this, Grace, is the fact that I'm on Disney's payroll. A lot of good people, whether it's a Jen Yamato or an Andy Signore or DC hater, you are a fucking embarrassment to us. Grace, you are an embarrassment. You're an absolute disgrace. I would say when little stupid, ridiculous stuff like that comes up, ignore it.
Hi, Zach.
Hello. Yeah, it's good to be here again.
So I saw that the other day and I was just like, oh my gosh, that kind of sums it up for me in so many ways of like where we're at now with the Snyderverse and all these people who keep coming up against the Snyder Cut. It's like, why? Just let it go. Just stop. I don't know. Jarbo, you haven't been here. Matt, I don't know if you've seen any things that we've talked about or whatever, but I was just reminded. Have you seen the Kevin Smith video where like he asked a question that basically we've all been asking, but it's the first time that I had actually seen it of, like, why would they call it a Cul De Sac? Right? Like we've been saying that, left and right, like, why would they call it a Cul De Sac? And I loved the way that he said it. It's like, why wouldn't you wait until March? See how it's doing. It could be the biggest thing that you ever experienced. It could be the biggest thing, it could like totally take the entire internet by storm. It could take all of streaming by storm. And you're going to tell the fans, yeah, no, we're not going to do anything with that.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have to wait for one, it does. I mean, just looking at this from a pragmatic perspective, which I know people hate me for, you can tell that Warner's is attempting to like drown this thing, right? Because when they made that announcement yesterday over the Supergirl, which by the way I think is fine casting, and I'm excited to see her in the role. I noticed that a bunch of journalists were calling it the DCU. They weren't calling it the DCEU. Which is weird because it's like on HBO Max, that is the section. It's the DCEU. They have embraced it. This movie features Zack's Flash, Zack's Batman, potentially maybe Zack's Cyborg if they work that deal out, which I still think they might. So it's like still set kind of in that continuity. So like, like, okay, what is going on here? And you can tell that Warner's has been attempting to get rid. They hate the DCEU name. They hate it. They hated it for years.
What was it that they tried it? They tried to call it the DC World of Wonders or something. Like
it was the that? DC. Yeah. I was in Hall H when they unveiled that. Right. It was because Warner's, I will say, when it comes to Hall H and Comic-Con, they have like literally the best presentations. Right. They really go all out.
Yeah.
And so like I forget what they called it, but like they pulled back the curtains and it was like the DC like World of Heroes, I think is maybe what it was called.
Yeah, it was
something like that. And I just looked over at the wall and I saw that and I looked back at my friends and I went, what the
Oh yeah, Worlds of DC.
Yeah, Worlds of and we just went like, what the hell? Like, no, this is the DCE. What are you doing, Warner? Like, what is this? Like, and nobody wanted it. Nobody was down for it. But you can tell that the studio, Emmerich Hamada, in my opinion, they are very much trying to kill this thing because they know that it takes away from literally everything else that they're attempting to do. And that is the conundrum that DC Films finds itself in. Because the fan base, the very vocal fan base, is in it for the Snyder Cut. They want Snyder. And you know, they know what Warner's has done, and Warner's is trying to still kind of navigate around it. And you know, I mean, it's up to Toby. You know, I see people say, I heard like Zeverfed earlier saying like, oh, but Jason Kilar is you know, he's the head guy. It's his thing. And I'm like, dude, this is, unfortunately, that's not necessarily how business goes. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you have subdivisions, you have presidents of subdivisions. Sure, they listen to what like the CEO might say, but it's not always, you know, like something they can make work.
Yeah.
And
that's a great point, because I even said that, you know, and you're absolutely right. That works in the opposite direction as well, because I answered somebody the other day who asked a question about something like that, about like, why is it that Ray Fisher is okay with Jason Kilar, but he's not okay with Walter Hamada? Like, couldn't Jason Kilar just come down on Walter Hamada and put him in his place and say, well, this is, you know, the way you're going to do. So like, why is Ray Fisher okay with him when he's not doing anything? And I said, well, because that's not how these companies work. It may be, you may have the word Warner in it, but it doesn't mean that it's the same company. These different companies have different CEOs, have different people doing different things. And just because somebody's up here at the top doesn't mean that they're going to necessarily get into the trenches of these other, you know, companies underneath them, you know.
I mean, think of it like this, right? Like, AT&T had, you know, when AT&T bought out Time Warner and they started getting all those emails and those phone calls and those, you know, posts about the Snyder Cut, they realized that the Snyder Cut was popular and they wanted to make it the central part of their HBO Max launch. They wanted that to be like the headline. So Campy, again, is kind of a dumbass for saying that kind of stuff. I think he talks out of his ass more often than not.
Well, I think people say stuff, you know. Well, look, famously in a discussion that I first had with a certain guy from a planet of popcorn, he
I'm unfamiliar with this person.
I don't think that you would be. Smaller YouTuber.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds unethical, but
well,
I don't know who he is. So anyway, continue.
I don't know. I can't remember his name. Anyways, and it's not important. You know, I probably wouldn't want to say it anyways.
Just move on. Move on with the bit. Move on with the bit.
All right. So, anyways, but famously in a discussion, that person told me that, you know, well, sometimes you just got to make stuff up. You got to fill time, man. You just got to fill time and say stuff. And I'm like, no, I worked in radio. I worked in television for many years, and I get it. You got to fill time, but you don't lie, and you don't just, I guess to a certain point, like you got to come up with stuff, but don't say stuff that's going to come back to haunt you. Like, don't just make stuff up, because if you just make stuff up, like find a truth and expand on that truth. Don't just go down this thing of like, oh yeah, by the way, flying spaghetti monsters exist and discuss, you know, like that doesn't work that way. And so I'm just, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's weird to me to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's because, well, there's a difference though from like drive time radio.
Yeah.
You know, where you are just trying to fill like a 2.5, 3 hour block of time. If you don't have a solid producing team to get you content, you're figuring out. But what Campia does though is Campia's job is to get through as many super chats in the 2 hour period that he can. You know, so like that's his whole thing. And so he'll just come up with something on the, you know, on the spot. And I don't think he gives like that much thought to what he says anymore, because why would he? Why he doesn't have to. And that's the other part of this too, is like, clearly he was never on board the Snyder Cut movement. Clearly he thought it was a bad idea, which is, you know, and that's his opinion and that's fine. I don't care. But it's like, and it kept coming up. And so he just kept thinking of like, I think he just became kind of bitter at people bringing it up, you know? And so, I mean, the thing is, like, I've pretty much at this point just outright stopped watching Campia. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like, you know, I just don't care what the guy has to say anymore. Nothing about it is interesting.
Look, there's Joey right there in the middle.
I don't know who Campia is.
Look, Joey. Look at Joey.
John Campia is a former AMC employee. He worked for Collider for a while.
Yeah.
What I find to be really funny though, and I don't like to argue like numbers matter, because I don't think that's the case. But it's like, you know, in that little clip there when he's all like, Grace Randolph, you're an effing embarrassment.
Right.
It's like, dude, she's nearing a mill and you're still in the 200. Granted, like you guys do different things. And in some respects, John Campea makes a lot more money than Grace Randolph. Let's be fair. Looking at Grace's view count, she makes money for what she does, but like he's pulling in that kind of cash consistently. So, his business model is one thing, but Grace has her fans, but then again, she also has a lot of haters. And apparently she did a video yesterday about the Supergirl thing and apparently made a comment about her skin color. And that set off that whole side of Twitter. I saw some arguments today on that. And I'm like, are we still on this kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Like,
What about her skin color though? She's very light skinned.
well, it's because the Supergirl is blonde hair, blue eyed, real kind of like,
I feel like
Aryan.
I feel like people have not seen Latina women when they dye their hair blonde. Like have you
Brazilian women will be very white
time.
passing.
Right, like
yeah.
Well, before we get into that, so I do want to say this. So Joey here says, Enosh, I was in that video you just played at the Snyder Cut announcement. There's Joey right there in center square. Look at him.
All right, congrats,
Joey. That's awesome, bro. Dude, message me, man. I would love to talk to you, Joey, about what it was like to be there during the announcement. I would love to have the conversation with you. If you're willing to have that conversation with me, I would love to have that conversation with you. So message me, bro, and we'll talk about that for sure. Because I can only imagine what it was like to be there that day. Real quick, John Parker with a $5 super chat says, I just watched Man of Steel and Batman v Superman for the first time, and wow, they are the best movies in the DCEU. They are criminally misunderstood. John, you hit the nail, and I gotta give. Let's see, what can I give John for Batman v Superman. So I'll give you this. Why did you say that? Criminally misunderstood moment in Batman v Superman is the why did you say that name moment, the Martha moment, and I'm right there with you, John. And so many of us are right there, and we support that statement fully. That Batman v Superman and Man of Steel are so misunderstood. I feel like every time I talk to somebody about those movies, it's like I feel like I'm starting from scratch with somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, if you haven't paid enough attention to those movies to understand what's going on, it's like I feel like almost I'm sitting. I don't want to offend anybody, and I don't want to insult anybody, and I'm not calling them an infant, but it almost feels like I'm having to kind of put on white gloves and kind of go, okay, well, let me ease you into this then. You know what I mean? If somebody doesn't understand those movies, because there's just so much good in there. So thank you. $5 super chat from William says HBO Max as we speak should be planning out the next Snyder base for the next year. One ends, the next begins, etc. William, I can't argue with that. I mean, I would hope, and I'll give you this, William. I love this song. What a time to be alive! Absolutely, what a time to be alive. I love this song that you're singing here, William Powell. I would like that. I feel like that there are still some though who are like still concerned, and they're just waiting it out. They're just waiting to see what happens to you. Maybe they are working on something. I mean, what do you think, Matt? Do you think that it's possible that they're actually working on something now, or do you think that they're waiting to see what comes next?
I think they're waiting to see what comes next. I know people have made a lot of comments about all that. I know there's been particular podcasters that have been made, claims about contracts being signed and everything else. But when you listen to Zach's interview, and he talks about how, the distribution problems, and it's bringing him very close to tears. Mm-hmm. Like you can tell, like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of pushback behind the scenes. There's a lot he's trying to do that he's not getting the help on. And it seems after that interview came out, now all of a sudden they're opening it up in a lot more, regions, which is nice.
Yeah.
So maybe there's been some movement there. I wouldn't say that they've shut the door. I don't think the Cul De Sac, I think the Cul De Sac comment might be for like an HBO Max reference. You know, like it's just going to be in that world, which is fine. I mean, look, not to like, you know, completely compare it to like Marvel, but look at WandaVision, streaming only, #1 show in the world.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And when the new episode drops, it will literally crash Disney Plus for 15 minutes because everyone is flooding it trying to watch it. So, you know, and I have a feeling that like, you know, Wonder Woman 84's numbers, and how they brought in a lot of new subscribers. I've been seeing some reports that HBO Max subscribers have increased a significant amount since the Snyder Cut trailer dropped last week. So, you know, like they are building up more people. They are, and you know, to be fair, HBO Max has a lot of great content outside of just DC stuff.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot of really good stuff on there. And so it's
I've been very impressed actually with HBO Max. I mean, more so than probably any other streaming service right now. I mean, because Netflix always sounds good, I don't know, on paper, because, you know, because there's some great shows on Netflix. Don't get me wrong. There's some great shows on Netflix. Yeah. And Disney Plus is fantastic. But Disney Plus really, I mean, as far as like new stuff, if you want to go and watch all the old stuff, and like all the Disney stuff and I mean the Marvel movies and all that stuff, that's all there. So it's a great one-stop shop for you. But as far as like new programming, and I know that they've got more stuff coming out, but up to this point, it has not been like something that has been drastic to me. Besides The Mandalorian and now WandaVision, it's, you know, kind of just there. I gotta say, man, I watch HBO Max now constantly. There's so much content there, whether it's not just movies, it's not just shows that are coming out. It's the combination. And then there's tons of stuff on there. There is all the old movies. There's all the old films that you can go back and watch. I mean, we've talked about like Dick Tracy and also like if you have HBO Max and you have not yet looked down the Turner Classic Movies section, you need to search that section because you'll be surprised. It's not just the old black and white films. It is literally chock full of movies from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, because those are considered, I guess, classics now. And so it's chock full of those. And so I'm like finding movies that like, oh my gosh, this is on HBO Max. And then, like I said, rediscovering shows. Tiffany and I just started season 2 of Westworld because we didn't have HBO before. So all those shows are on there. And then when you see all the stuff that's coming out and all the new movies that are coming out and things, I mean, plus I can go back and watch Robot Chicken anytime I want to watch Robot Chicken.
Well, yeah, and I like the fact that their animation selection
Adult Swim,
is more oriented towards the adult.
Yes.
I will say that their children's selection is terrible.
Okay.
Like because I have kids, so I was looking through there the other day, and I'm like, oh god, like none of this looks any good. Ended up watching that Earwig and the Witch, the new Studio Ghibli.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like it wasn't like it got better as the movie went on, but it's very Japanese and it's very much an adaptation. Wait for a sequel before you watch it, because it ends on a cliffhanger, and you're like, seriously, really? The ending just kind of hits you, and you're like, wait, what? Anyway. But no, their content for like it's more adult oriented, which I enjoy. And I think that's and I think that's a good idea. Disney Plus is aimed for kids. Let's be fair. Yeah. So, you know, if you're, you know, cause again, my kids are like, they'll watch the short films, they'll watch a bunch of shows on there. But if I want to watch in a Netflix, like, you know, I've been looking at, like, I was doing that endless scroll on Netflix tonight. Mm-hmm. And I was looking to see what's on there. And what's funny is this morning I was prepping, like I was putting out to my audience, like what the next Podio commentary should be. And I'm like looking through Netflix because most people have Netflix and if they want to watch it. So I'm all like, Superbad's on there. Paul Blart Mall Cop was recently like #1. We'll talk about that. And then I just, in my mind, I'm like, oh, you know, Blair Witch Project. Well, guess what? Blair Witch Project is on Netflix. I didn't know that till today, you know? And I'm like, oh, cool. Cause I love Blair Witch Project and I want to watch it again. And I don't know where my DVD is. So it's like, you know, so it's like, okay, cool. There's a lot there that's on Netflix. The problem in my mind is that they don't do enough to curate the content to a specific audience. That's why I jokingly call it a pump and dump, because it's literally just like, okay, they'll go, oh, Bridgerton comes out. I haven't seen Bridgerton. No one I know has watched Bridgerton, but apparently it was like the #1 show for like a couple weeks. Yeah. And a lot of people referenced it and it was a big thing. I mean, like look at Stranger Things. It comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. And that's what I hate the most about Netflix is like, I don't feel like there's time to like grow an audience around something. Everything's very flash in the pan.
Well, I would have to disagree because I only really have Netflix and Hulu, and I don't even watch Hulu to be honest with you. But as far as Netflix, like I watch it for the anime that they have there. And then once in a while they'll just drop random shows. Like there are shows that I never thought I would ever watch. I'm not really into those criminal like shows, but I'm watching the documentary about the Cecil Hotel. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's
I need to
so
watch that. They've
actually
been they've been diving into more of the true crime. Like they got Unsolved Mysteries to come back into so they did a rebooted Unsolved Mysteries, which is, it's not as good as the original because it's there's no host, but it's still good, interesting stories.
Right. I feel like Netflix though sometimes like I get what you're saying, but they do sometimes drop some gems like Tiger King. Like they randomly
Yeah.
drop some things that you can just catch it and it's
Exactly.
so good. So I mean
Well,
I
and-
have to say Netflix still kind of has a thing going.
Well, I'm not saying that Netflix is pointless and you should drop. Trust me, I will never get rid of my Netflix subscription. Like that and Disney Plus are now pretty much for life. Hulu is going to start getting all those R-rated Fox movies, right? A lot of the Fox content is going to go to Hulu, and then eventually they're going to merge it into just one subscription for Disney, Hulu, and ESPN. I think that's going to be what they go for, just to charge you more money essentially.
Yeah,
And so because I pay for Hulu's ad premium, right?
Right.
And honestly, like I watch some shows on there, after they air. I'm a big Bob's Burgers fan. Like I'm a huge Bob's Burgers
I
fan.
like Bob's Burgers. I like Bob's Burgers because my family's last name was Belcher, and my dad's middle name is Eugene. And,
nice.
And his ex-wife was named Linda. So it's like I see my old family.
So someone stole some stuff from your family.
and they live up by you in the Pacific Northwest. So I always imagine that being the Seattle area for some reason, and I'm just like, yeah,
it's totally East Coast. I don't even know where you got Seattle
really?
from, but yeah, Bob's. Yeah, it's totally East Coast. It's absolutely East Coast. It's like
I don't know about that.
It's look at I view it kind of like it's a Wonder Wharf, like it's a Coney Island sort of thing. Because there's or maybe like Atlantic City.
I get that, but I always look at it like almost like around like the pier in Seattle, like just kind of some of the different things that they have.
It's too flat. It's too flat, and there's too much country around it. The city doesn't back it up. Seattle's too massive at this point. But I see your point. It's kind of like Springfield is to a lot of people in Oregon, it's based around Springfield, Oregon, because Matt Groening is from Oregon.
Yeah.
And then, but really it's kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
Just with the name Springfield, but it is, it's kind of like an everywhere town. This is kind of the same thing. But what I mean, the thing is like with Hulu, on Valentine's Day, there was a new episode of Bob's Burgers that aired on TV. So you figure Monday it would be on, right? It would be available for streaming. We usually watch Bob's Burgers while we eat dinner. That's kind of we're going through the seasons again right now. And my daughter likes it and stuff like that. So it gets her to pay attention. And so, but now we can't watch that episode until the 22nd.
Yep.
So it's like, wait a minute, hold on. You're telling me I can't watch, we're 11 seasons into the show. I've been a paying Hulu subscriber since 2010.
Well, you know why that happened? Because Bob's Burgers did not play on Valentine's Day. Nothing played. All their shows on Valentine's Day didn't get showed. So Family Guy is actually skipping a week as well. Everything and nothing is available right now except for Bless the Hearts for some reason. Because Tiffany and I, we watch all those shows. We're big Family Guy fans, big Bob's Burgers fans.
Have you seen The Great North, the new show? The Great North?
I have not yet. I've got a couple of them recorded, and we plan on watching. That didn't show as well because of the race. There was a NASCAR race, and apparently it got postponed because of rain, and they literally just kept it on. It was on till 1, 2 in the morning on the East Coast. So it was so they just totally did away with everything. And I was expecting it to be on demand the next day. And I was like, what the heck? Where is it? Because I thought, well, we didn't get to watch it last night. At least we'll get to watch it there. But apparently they're moving, they're bumping everything back a week, which is kind of weird because I've never really seen that before of them bumping the entire schedule out a week. But that's what they're doing.
Is that what happened?
Because last week's Family Guy is playing this week.
Because I think it was 3 weeks ago when I went on Hulu because I was gonna watch some Family Guy. There was a lot of episodes kind of missing on the list, and I was like, "Is Hulu not updating the new shows as they're airing? What's going on?" So I didn't know if that was a legit reason, or maybe because Disney owns control over Hulu that they were kind of just setting Hulu up to be like, getting everybody to go get Disney Plus. So I don't know what was going on there.
I mean, maybe. I know there's been like, I don't watch Hulu as often anymore because like I don't like well, they just recently redid their UI because they had changed it for some reason and it became like unwatchable. It just was so terrible. It kept recommending me reality shows. Like no one in my family watches anything on TLC. Like get this trash off my crap. I want to watch.
You don't watch
like
Dr. Pimple Popper?
No, I don't watch Dr.
You don't
Pimple
watch
Popper.
Love and Hip Hop?
I
No.
love Dr. Pimple Popper. My feet are killing me.
Oh my lord, bleh.
I don't know what any of that is.
We watched that while eating dinner.
I don't. Okay. I mean, like that wouldn't bother me at all, like, but I
1,000-pound sisters.
When did the Learning Channel become so crap? It's just, it's terrible. It's god awful and I hate it. But no, like Hulu has some good stuff there. Like they had like, they actually have some newer movies like from 2020 already on there. Like remember in like even Missing Link, that the Leica animated movie that came out like in April or May 2019.
Yeah.
That was on there like mid last year. And so it's like they had the Shrek movies, but those moved off because I think they went to like Stars or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking on Hulu for Planet of the Apes because I was like wanting to watch Planet of the Apes again. And it's all, you can get this with Cinemax. I'm like, Cinemax?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Who has who? Oh yeah. Here's another thing. Here's something for you HBO Max people. If you really want to like get on a new trend, go to Warner Media and be like, why aren't the original series from Cinemax on HBO Max? Why isn't Banshee on? No, and I say Banshee is legitimately an awesome show. It has some of the best fight scenes you will ever see in television. Like, I mean, we're talking brutal, no holds barred. You are literally yelling at your TV because this stuff is messed up. Like it's crazy. It's such a good show. It's from the dude who co-created True Blood. When he left True Blood in season 5, he went over, Alan Ball went over to Cinemax, which is again a Warner company, to go and do Banshee. And they did like 4 seasons on that.
Ooh.
And it's like, but it's like super not for kids. Like,
oh man.
Like there's in the pilot episode, you see a dude go down on a girl and it like, literally it's like, it looks like it's, it's adult. It is adult. And you're like, wait a minute. Okay. You watch The Boys, right? Right, Enoch?
Yeah.
So Homelander, Anthony Starr is the lead actor in Banshee.
Okay.
And so the plot of the show is this. The general plot is he plays a jewel thief who spent 15 years in jail for stealing these diamonds. His partner in crime, his girlfriend at the time, she got away with the diamonds, but she's also the daughter of like a Polish mob boss. And so this guy goes to jail for 15 years, doesn't rat out anything, multiple attempts on his life to give up, where the diamonds are. Mm-hmm. He breaks out. He tracks the woman down to this small town, like this Amish country town, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes to a bar on his way into town, talks to the bartender. In comes the new sheriff. No one knows what this guy looks like. Some guys try to rob the bar. They kill the sheriff. Anthony Starr and the bartender bury his body, and then he assumes the identity of the sheriff.
Oh, wow.
And so then he's doing everything, that, sheriff would never do, like Wild Wild West type stuff. And he goes up against like actual Amish mobsters. It's so crazy. It is so violently over the top, but it is such a good show.
Interesting.
Yeah, I really would recommend if you can watch it. It's like it's like the fight scenes are incredible.
What was that again?
What's it called?
What's it called again?
Banshee.
Okay.
I've seen that title. The only things I've ever watched on Hulu was The Good Doctor and What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, Joey says Banshee's coming next week to HBO Max.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys want something funny to watch on Hulu, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh yeah,
I want to say a shout out to Geek Studios and also everybody there that you see with the little the highlighted in blue and with the wrenches. All of our moderators, thank you guys for all that you guys do during our live broadcast. I don't think thank you guys enough, and I apologize for that. That is something that I should do more of, and so I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are are awesome. And I appreciate you guys moderating the chat and keeping everything in line. And to answer Geek's question, as soon as I get done with this song, I have been working on this song, trying to mix. Life has been crazy right now for Enosh and family. And so I'm hoping to finish the mix tomorrow of the Snyderverse song. And then I got to record a video for it. And then I will, the first project that I'm back on is more PLW. And because I know that you guys like that. So there you go. Thank you. I'm
Cool.
glad that you like that, because it's
Well, I feel in 2021, what we're going to have to do is a lot of curated content, you know, because grinding the news is just like, I'm burnt out on it. I don't know about you. It just feels like it's a lot. Like, did you see this? I don't know if you already covered it, the whole Jennifer Lawrence thing.
So, you know what? So I saw that Dawson covered it today. Dawson! Dawson! Ah! Yeah, so Dawson covered that today, and I had not seen actually. I didn't see that anywhere. Like, I checked a couple of the the sites that I go to and everything, and I didn't really see anything about it. And so, and I did see that he kind of sourced it back to that We've Got This Covered was also reporting it, and so that kind of killed my research for it, and so I just kind of left it alone.
Well,
a couple people have been talking about it.
Well, it came from a Daily Mail article. So you got to go to the bottom of the We Got This Covered article to look to see what the source is.
Gotcha.
Because, I mean, look, as much as I really dislike We Got This Covered, they will at least like link the source. You know, what always gets me really funny is when they cite Daniel RPK and it came from behind his Patreon paywall. You know, and they're like, they'll run multiple articles. Or what I love is like one article will like attack Doomcock for being being the liar that he is. And then another article will go, well, coming in from YouTuber Doomcock.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, wait, but like in the same day, they'll have competing arguments about him and whatnot. And like, what the hell?
I want his helmet so bad. I'm just gonna one day just find him and just take his helmet, and it'll be mine.
You're gonna have to wrestle it from his fat, sweaty fingers, and that's just gonna be
and probably a whole host of militant white supremacists. But
yeah, you're gonna look through his closet and find a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna make you go,
I will.
Oh, that explains it.
Doom melons.
Doom melons. Well, no, what is it like? So anyway, Mikey Sutton dropped a scoop yesterday about Jennifer Lawrence being Sue Storm in Fantastic Four, and then today the Daily Mail article dropped. So so he dropped it yesterday. He hit me up and he's all like, "Oh, I covered this yesterday." Again, I'm like, I have no idea if it's true or not. Justin Kroll I think he's from the Hollywood Reporter. He said that Marvel is now meeting people to write the movie, and not that they're filming it, because who's the guy who's doing Spider-Man? Not Boone. What's his name? I always forget his name. It's not Sam Raimi. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, John Watts. That's who it is. So John Watts is directing the Fantastic Four movie. Are we going to get because the whole idea, if Jennifer Lawrence is traveling?
Hold on a second. You said you had to go to sleep and you had to get up early in the morning. Dawson.
Liar!
Dawson! Dawson! Ah!
Why you got to turn his stream into a house of lies, Dawson?
Liar!
You got the link, Dawson. What you doing, Dawson? You got the link. We all have the link.
I got the link.
I love you, man. I've entrusted my feelings with you so many times, Dawson. I'm just bad.
I
know how it is. Well, and that's things like we all get invited to like so many shows nowadays, like because this is a little inside baseball for everyone. Like we all have like a bunch of us have like these little Twitter DMs and stuff like that, and so like we'll get it and just be like, here's a bunch of people streaming all at the same time, and they all want you to come and guest on their show or whatever. And it's like,
what I love is Max, because Max will just drop a link.
Yeah, he doesn't tell us what he's even talking about.
Yeah, like no explanation. Because he did that today too. He actually put the thumbnail in there and stuff like that. And then I got that DM, and then he sent me a direct DM with the StreamYard link and nothing else. No other context. And I'm like, Max, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, like, dude, you got to tell us what you're going to talk about because I don't want to show up on like a stream that's like Max goes rogue. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just going to be that one time where he drops the N-bomb and we're all dead.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He would never do that. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah,
I would most likely drop
Dawson.
it before he would.
Dawson. Sexy.
Well, I think a lot of people would before Max would. I think a lot of people would. But the whole point though is that like he'll send this and we're like we always give him crap over it. We always go like, hey man, like what's the topic? And he'll go like, oh yeah, movie news. He'll just say movie news.
Movie news.
I love Max.
I know, man. I just feel like we're gonna show up one day and it's gonna be like some gotcha thing. I don't know. It's just gonna be like, what the heck?
Yeah, the day Max goes rogue.
Well, we tricked his audience today. We pretended to be arguing with each other. So when he started the stream, I came and I said, "Oh, Max, you're a hypocrite. I can't talk to you, you're a hypocrite." And I left. And poor Ryan Zeverfett was on the stream, like he just showed up when we did that, and he had no idea. So he got on the stream, and I rage quit, and his face was just like, what the heck just happened? Why is Saggy mad? And he didn't even know we were live either. He thought we weren't even live. So when he got on, he was very confused. And I came back, I'm like, Ryan, it's cool, we were joking.
Actual footage of the show today.
Whoa! I think we got a show. Oh yeah, we got a show. We definitely got a show. Oh yeah, there's a show.
Max and Saggy planning the show there. They're like, "Oh yeah, we'll argue."
We're gonna get mad.
It's like me and Matt. We're just like, hey, you want to talk about Wonder Woman? Yeah, and then we just assume roles, and just like start arguing with each other. This is all of us when Max sends us a link.
Where? When? Who?
Like, what are you talking about, dude?
See, that doesn't go for me. He sends me a link. I just like, all right, Max, let's go. I'm down for whatever. I never question him. I after the mustache incident, I should have questioned.
I just find it to be like he'll send me links and I'm like, usually I'm out driving, I'm doing delivery, so I'll just like log in. I'm like, yeah, I'm just driving around. I got nothing else going on.
Dawson says, "Don't you dare say poor Ryan deserves all the stress in the world." Okay, going back to bed now.
You should have seen his face. Like I saw his face on stream. He was like, he had that smile on his face, but at the same time, he's like, "What the hell did I just walk into?"
Hey, Arkham Gaming with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate the support for sure. Let's see.
Apparently SNL mocked Gina Carano during the opening of the cold open. With a killer line where Cecily Strong plays her and she says, "I wouldn't have made a Nazi comparison if people weren't going to be such Nazis about it."
That being said, Arkham Gaming, this is for you, buddy.
Go ahead. Make my day.
There you go. Oh. Wow. Thanks, Jarbo.
What?
Way to kill the mood, Jarbo.
That's what. Well, I'm good at that. Why do you think I only just have 2 kids?
I'm not locked in here with you. That's it. You're locked in here with me.
That's such a good freaking movie.
It is. Okay, so Arkham Gaming with a $4.99 super chat says, "Hi, Enosh. Do you agree that the DCEU is the multiverse of all Earths, including the Snyderverse, Matt Reeves universe, WB new universe, and more?" So here's the way I look at that. Yeah. I mean, look, we just watched last year. We got Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? Well, dang, that was 2019 now, wasn't it? Holy cow. Man, it just 2020 just like literally just was kind of a blip, on everybody. I don't know, man. It's so weird. But so Crisis on Infinite Earths, seeing Ezra Miller cross over into the Flash TV show, you guys, I lost my freaking mind over that, and I think rightfully so. I think when all of us saw that, it really surprised a lot of us. And that being said, I think that that's what Warner Brothers was going for, was this idea that all of the DC properties, all the DC TV shows, all of the movies, all of, everything. Like, look, you know what I really wanted in Crisis on Infinite Earths? I wanted them to pop up on an Earth where they were the Super Friends.
That would
like cool. where they were drawn in the old 70s or 80s, classic look, I thought that, can you imagine when they were going from Earth to Earth and all of a sudden it was like Earth, whatever, Earth 70s. What year did the Super Friends come out? Like 72, 75, something like that. Can you imagine it was like Earth 75 and you hear, meanwhile at the Hall of Justice, and then they're like right there. That would have been awesome. So yeah, man, I feel like with this Flash movie coming up, we could literally see anything. And I think that that's the point of that movie, really, is that we could see anything. I mean, what do you guys, you're new to this, Saggy. What do you think about that?
I was just going to say, when I saw the Crisis on Infinite Earths and I saw all the cameos, when I saw that Flash scene, obviously this was before I even saw Justice League or saw I did see the Flash in a trailer thing, a thing. So I knew who he was, but I was like, oh, that's so cool that they included the movie rendition of the Flash and have him meet the Barry Allen from the CW show. So I was excited, and I didn't even see the movie before that. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. But yeah, I think I was actually thinking that too before you said it, that I think that with the Crisis on Infinite Earths, I feel like maybe we will see some CW characters, maybe in the new movie, which would be kind of cool. It would be really cool to see that happen.
What do you think? Is this the way you look at it, Matt, or do you have a different take on that?
I still think it's lame. I actually didn't care.
Oh, that's right.
That.
I forgot about you not liking the multiverse concept.
I'm not liking the multiverse idea. I'm really not. I mean, Why? Look, because it's for one, it's stupid, and two, the average audience.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever
Disagree. Anyway, I forgot I can unmute my mic when that happens.
I know, I see that. Yeah.
So, no. The whole point though is like this, right? The average person in like Oklahoma is not going to know what the F is going on, and the thing is, I trust Marvel to do it because Marvel has a plan. Marvel thinks these things through.
I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand.
Oh my God! Stop. It's like, no, because they pepper in dialogue, they pepper in things, they plan 5 years in advance, right? And DC, really? Come on.
He said right. He's just agreeing with you.
No, the sarcastic right. Yeah, the Lorne Michaels impersonation there. Anyway, no, it's true. DC doesn't have any kind of plan. They don't have a plan.
That's the point, Jarble, because the multiverse was created so that we can have multiple possibilities, so we can have multiple different renditions of characters, so there's infinite stories to be told.
But think of it like this. Eventually, using these same characters that you're going to be coming in 28,000 versions of Batman. Guess what? They're all going to have roughly the same origin. Not 2 versions of Batman. There's going to be more than that because they're going to find a way they're going to go Keaton, Affleck, Pattinson. There's 3, right? And if they're not going to build a whole new Batman universe and give it a show on HBO Max and not have it tie in if they're going to go down this multiverse path.
Did you like Flashpoint?
I never saw the animated movie. I saw season 2 of The Flash. I get the point of Flashpoint, and I think Flashpoint, when he goes back and he changes it and then he goes forward again and having that be the alternate, that's kind of cool because it's like an alternate 1985 approach to it. But the problem though is then when he goes back and he fixes it, he still has to then go back to having changed everything back to where it was. And that is ultimately like the lesson. Like you can't change, you can't have your cake and eat it too. In regards to the multiverse, he could just go, well, I'm just going to go find a multiverse where my mom didn't die and I'm still the Flash and I have everything I want. And it just kind of takes away from that moral.
But you don't know
lesson.
That yet, Jarbo.
Yes, I do. Looking at the way that they tell their stories, yes, I do. Absolutely.
What do you mean? The Flashpoint had a great twist of a story where it was Thomas Wayne who became Batman because Bruce died. Spoiler alert. Sorry for anyone who didn't see it, but if you haven't by now. And then on top of that, Joker was Bruce Wayne's mother. That was a really interesting twist, and it surprised the hell out of me because I was like, whoa, what if that Bruce Wayne was the one that got killed and his parents survived?
But it goes back to that what if. Right,
but
it's
that's
that
what the
what if.
multiverse is like a what if scenario.
That's
a different story.
No, that's so. But okay, fine. If you want to argue that point, and it's a good point to make, by the way. So let's think about this from like an average viewer. All right, no. But Joey, that's a dumb question. That's a dumb statement because you're asking people to actually do the work, and when it becomes too confusing, people stop paying attention.
Not everyone's lazy, Matt Jarbo.
But but what I'm saying is, though, we haven't seen the movie yet. Look, I feel like this. DC has had a multiverse around for a very, very long time. The concept of the multiverse is not something new. Could the powers that be? Yes, if Jeff Johns and Walter Hamada and all them kind of, and look, not so much Walter Hamada from a producing standpoint, because Walter Hamada has actually been very successful from a producing standpoint. I just don't like this, nonsense that's going on with Ray Fisher. So you got to give credit where credit's due. And Jeff Johns has been great at writing comics, but he has not been good at producing DC films. Some of his DC films have been kind of disjointed, and look at Wonder Woman 84 and, and other things, not, too happy-go-lucky. So I'm hoping that what we get with this movie is something that I hope that they do explain it, that they take the time to, like, that's what a movie should be. And
do
I
you really think they're going to take the time to explain it? Because let's look at this just in general from what we know about the Flash movie. Because it is Flashpoint. They're starting the Flash's movie series with Flashpoint, which makes zero sense because we're not getting any Barry Allen time outside of the Snyder Cut, which is good, by the way, but they're going from that to doing Flashpoint. It just makes no damn sense. It's such a.
But they're not doing Flashpoint in the full sense of Flashpoint. I think.
So why? Okay, but if Flashpoint is as good of a story, right? So why are they skipping over adapting that good of a story into something that is half-assed and merely just taking it by its name?
If I had to take a guess, what? And this is obviously just an educated guess, but I feel like what it's about is that Barry, because when we see Barry in on the show The Flash, he wasn't even called The Flash. Ezra Miller's Barry Allen wasn't even called The Flash. He had not even picked that name. So when Grant Gustin says, "Hey, I'm the Flash," also, he looks at him and goes, "The Flash? Like, what is that?" Like, because he doesn't know. And so so he's just coming into his powers, his realization of being able to know what he can do and what he can't do, kind of things like that. And so I feel like that would be an idea that would pop into your head the moment that you first understand, hey, I can travel through time. Like, I can go back and fix this. And I feel like it actually probably makes more sense for Barry Allen to do that as an inexperienced Flash who's just discovered his powers, more so than it does an experienced Flash who's been doing this for a while, who's actually had chance to develop and get a sense of understanding of the world around him and his powers and all those things, because it would be something that a young Flash would just flippantly go, well, hey, I can go run back in time and save my mom and everything will be okay. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that make more sense?
Well, let me kind of ask a side question here. Did you think that Rey was too overpowered in Star Wars sequel trilogy? She learned everything too quick. She knew it all too quick.
I honestly, no.
Okay, so that makes sense. So the way I look at it is like this: when you look at, like, let's say the first season of The Flash, which ended with him doing Flashpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
They spent the whole season with him being trained by Harrison Wells, building up confidence, working with the team, stopping metahumans, going through the rigmarole of a season, and then ending it with that actual logical choice of a character progression to go back because of how the season ended, right? So that at least established a narrative point to go down that path. We have learned nothing about him. Because here's the thing, Christina Hodson, who is the writer of The Flash, is it, look at Birds of Prey. Look, the movie, the writing was not the greatest. Same with Bumblebee. The writing was not that good. It was very kind of whatever. Now, I don't know how much of that was changed on set. I don't know how much of that happened while they were in production. But, they're doing this one. And I have a feeling that Muschietti and his, is it his sister? That's his producing partner?
Yes.
Okay. like I'm pretty sure they're going to take it and they're going to tweak it to the best of their ability to make it good. And I have faith in Muschietti.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
But again, it's like Flashpoint to me is like if we were to start the It movies with chapter 2. So it's like, okay, there clearly was 30 years ago, something happening in Derry, Maine. Some kids stopped it. Now we're picking the story up with it returning and they have to fight him. Would you think that chapter 2 would be as good if you saw it without the context of chapter 1? Because there has to be an establishment of the character in order to get to something that is so monumental for him to go back and want to change it. How are they going to establish that emotional resonance in maybe the first 25 minutes of that movie, of the Flash movie? Because they're going to have to hit it within the first act. And with, quite frankly, in the first 20 minutes, they're going to have to establish a conflict, establish a villain, and establish a reason why he has to go back.
I was gonna say, do you think maybe they're going the route of like Into the Spider-Verse, but with the Flash? Because the Flash is the Flash in the movie seemed a lot more comical, like comic relief character in the new adaptation of him, like in the live action. He seemed a little bit more cartoony to me. So maybe they're doing that Flashpoint thing to kind of like
okay, well, sure, but Miles Morales was the grounding character, and he didn't go through different universes. Different universes came to him. So he wasn't the fish out of water. Everyone else was the fish out of water. He was our central lightning rod point. So we followed his journey, trying to understand, for one, gaining new powers, two, learning from the other Spider-Man and everything else. So there's a lot there that went, and I see your point, and I love Into the Spider-Verse, as far as I'm complaining about multiverses, but like they did that pretty well.
Right. Well, I was going to say, now that you brought that up though, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might have missed, because this was like a thing from the Justice League, but wasn't that actually Flash that approached Batman and said, hey, I'm warning you about Superman or something? Wasn't that the Flash? Isn't it possible maybe that Flash comes to the Flash that we're going to see, and that's why he discovers that he can go in time and stuff, and why maybe he tries to do that? Maybe that would be the setup. They're coming to him saying,
maybe,
hey.
well, because isn't the whole point of the nightmare sequence in Justice Snyder Cut like them trying to figure out like how to get the cosmic treadmill so he can go fast enough to go back? Isn't that, I've heard that somewhere. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've read that, so it's hard to tell. My whole point though is like, how do you establish something as pivotal as Flashpoint being the first outing? It is again, it's IP mining from a company that's known to IP mine. So what they're doing is they're looking at what is the most famous Flash story, and let's go once again and try to race to the finish line in order to kick off this new multiverse and to do it in a way that people might actually give a crap about. And that's the problem. Is that, and I see Kiyoki in the chat there, whatever. Look, dude, I'm talking about this from a pragmatic narrative storytelling perspective that general audiences are going to be able to understand. Because, like,
hold that thought just one second, because this is going to disappear if I don't, and it already disappeared off my StreamYard thing, and I want to do a shout out. So, shout out to Dexium Boren. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. You're awesome. And says, and I got just the thing for you. It's a special thing that you'll see in a second. Alexandra Daddario will be a perfect Sue Storm. I'm trying to think of who that is. Who is Alexandra?
Did you ever see the Percy Jackson movies?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. Those are pretty good.
Okay.
She was the Athena, I think, in that one. Not Athena, but I forget, her daughter of Athena, I think is who she was. Did you ever see True Detective?
Mm-mm.
Okay, jeez.
Wait, I'm pulling her up right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's pretty.
I don't know who she is either. I had to look her up, and I was like, I don't know who this is.
She's got the eyes. She's got the eyes for Sue Storm.
She does. She does. Wow. Okay. So
she's stunning.
So let me pull this up here for anybody who's interested.
Emmanuel says she's night nurse in Daredevil. Isn't that Rosario Dawson? That's not Alexandria Daddario.
Yeah. We found a problem right off the bat. She's not blonde. She's not blonde. Nope, can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm just messing. Yeah, no. Wow, she does have the eyes, doesn't she? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Got some
Canceled.
great eyes. Got some great eyes. But I've got just the clip here for that. I gotta find it here. Okay, here we. I was trying to open it just of itself, and I couldn't. So give me just a second here to pull this up. Here we go.
Nicotina's mom. Nicotina's mom. Nicotina's mom.
that was Saggy the other night when we were doing this. She did one live.
I clipped that. I clipped that. I use that now. I said I addressed you. I said, Enosh, please don't copyright claim my channel because
no. I mean, I don't know. I guess I can put it up to the to the chat. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like Saggy's or the original? Nicotina's mom. Oh yeah, Nicotina's mom.
You know what's funny, Enosh? Now that you bring it up, we were joking today. We said, God, I hope one day Enosh meets Nicotina's mom and doesn't.
Oh, me too.
Walks up to her straight face and just goes, Nicotina's mom. Nicotina's mom.
Sorry.
Nicotina's mom.
Too good. It's too good. But yes, thank you so much for the super chat. I think that yeah, man. She looks Deck. She looks really great. Actually, like as long as you give her blonde hair, I guess. Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah, you gotta have blonde hair, otherwise it doesn't count.
Yes. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What's up, Tim Myers? $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Tim. I hail to you from Doomcock. Well, hail back to you. Yes. Good to see you all here in the chat tonight. Good to see you all. I'm sure that I'll be doing a whole video about Saturday Night Live. And wait, I just sounded like Pardo there. Saturday Night Live. I might have a second career. Anyways, I'm sure I'll be doing a whole video about how they've mistreated Gina Carano. Yes, because somehow I think I have some kind of connection to her along with the rest of the fandom menace. Yes, hail back to you, sir. Tim's actually a good guy. Tim scared me the other night when he came on during my call-in show. I don't know if you guys saw that, but not because of him. He was great. He's got a great channel. I actually told everybody, go find Tim Myers there because he's got a cool channel. He does cosplay. He does a lot of things. But I swear, the guy looked just like Adam Driver. Like other people were messaging me going, I honestly thought that was Adam Driver when he first came into the show. Like that much. Like, good on you, man. For sure. But yeah.
What's his channel? You sold me at cosplay. What? I used to cosplay.
Oh yeah. Tim Myers. If you just look up Tim Myers.
Oh, I spelt it wrong.
Yep. Tim Myers.
I'm gonna stalk him now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good talk. Definitely a good talk. I look forward to talking to him again. Yeah, Dex says she can be blonde though. I know. We'll get her to dye that hair or put a good wig on her, right? No, you know what? At this point, I don't care. I mean, I like blondes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm pretty partial to one in particular, but yeah, but man, great choice there, Deck. I think that she looked pretty good. This is my blonde right here. Dig her. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think the multiverse can work. I think we just gotta. I think it's like anything. We just gotta give it a time and see what story they're telling. Because I'm with you, Matt. Like I've got a lot of trust actually, and maybe it's misplaced. I don't know, but in Muschietti, I think that Muschietti is going to be able to pull this off where other people have not. There's been a lot of people there's been a lot of people into this Flash movie now. I mean,
yeah.
dude, at one point, Lord and Miller were on this Flash film. I mean, they literally left the Flash to go do Solo.
And then they left Solo to go do Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I'm
and
saying.
ended up winning and won an Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. You know,
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of stuff has happened.
Well, I mean, like, look, it's not to say like if they pull it off, I'll totally eat my words. I have no problem with that. Right. And I always talk about everything from like an audience perspective and also a business perspective, because I don't read the comics, and quite frankly, neither do a lot of other people. Let's be fair. That's a real thing right there. You might read the comics, you might like the characters. You could walk down the street probably and like meet 10 people in 12 people who don't read the comics, but they know the characters. And so they at least have a fundamental understanding. When you start asking too much of your audience when it comes to like figuring out the ancillary information, it can start putting people off if it's not easily accessible for one, or two, if it's just like an overbearance, right? So look at the sequel trilogy. Okay. Like at least Force Awakens, they started the new publishing initiative in the fall of 2015 before the release of The Force Awakens. They had a bunch of books and comics and stuff, and they've kept it going. So now what have we seen? Well, we've seen some of that stuff play out later on in the sequel trilogy, but we got characters from, Cobb Vanth from Aftermath pop up in Mandalorian, and other little things have popped up down the road because they have decided to keep it a cohesive universe. Now, that doesn't mean you can't branch outward, and that doesn't mean that you can't dabble in other things. What it means is that you still need a central grounding point for the audience to come back to. And that is my concern here, because, if everyone's like, well, again, I haven't seen Flashpoint Paradox. I just know the general setup of it, but answer me this.
Movie. I think you might like it, man.
No, I want to see it. I've heard nothing but great. The DCAU has got a lot of stuff in it that's really good. I just haven't seen that. But at the end of it,
by the way, I just popped Tim Meyer's channel into the chat for those of you who are looking for him.
Oh, thank you, because I've been looking for so long.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So.
Anyway, it's just I'm hoping that they pull it off. I really am. But I will fully admit I'm like 100% behind the Snyder Cut. And I think that anything that takes away from that persistent universe being the grounding point, and whatever Warner's is doing right now and trying to, keep moving forward, but in like a parallel direction or in an alternate direction, I think is ridiculous. And I think that they're screwing themselves in the long run, because look, Man of Steel, BVS, they are underrated, absolutely underrated. They were not appreciated at the time of their release, and it took the fans to push it, which is good. That's why we got the Snyder Cut. But at the same time, Warner's was trying to race to the finish line in order to play catch up to Marvel, because Avengers blew up as well as it did. And we're like C-list and D-list characters were now like top tier talent, right? Mm-hmm. Because Feige went into it, and you had a producer who had a plan, and he worked within that. And Snyder had a plan, and he was working within that, but they freaked out because there wasn't faith. And that's the problem here. There's still no faith from Warner Brothers. So I'm sorry. I refuse to celebrate a movie like The Flash until I see it, simply because I know, based upon everything else that I've read and seen from Snyder, is that this is going another direction as a way to circumvent him further. I'm not for it. I'm just not for it. I think they're scared, and they're throwing literally everything, including the kitchen sink, at the wall and hoping that it sticks.
Okay,
And,
Matt Jarbo, I disagree with your opinion, and because of that, I'm going to make 100 videos about you on why I disagree with your opinion and why you are a horrible, scummy person
Thank
for
you.
having an opinion that's opposite of mine.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Make that money, Soggy.
Speaking of opinions, this is an interesting thing. I have not done a video about this also, and I know a lot of people are talking about this, but since Arkham Gaming with a $4.99 super chat, thank you, Arkham, you're awesome, brings this up. But by the way, this is actual video of the moment that apparently Robert Pattinson got Zoe Kravitz pregnant.
John Cena!
Yeah, this story that's for you. It says, Enosh, what are your thoughts on the ridiculous rumors of Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz doing the dirty on the Batmobile on the Batman movie set? Look, okay, so I'll just say this. Come here. Just come here. Let me bring you in really nice and close. Listen, here's the thing. Hope this isn't too much information like TMI. But if I had a chance on the Batmobile, I might take it too. So just say it.
Apparently, Zoe Kravitz also felt the same way.
Apparently, yeah. So, look, I don't know. Look, if it happened, it happened. I think look. We know what makes me think that this is a silly thing. Is a couple of things. One, because it's like, oh, they had sex and she took a pregnancy test and she's pregnant. It's like, well, that escalated quickly. Like, what the heck? Like they went from like they just had sex on the Batmobile to like all of a sudden she's pregnant and they think that it's Robert's, or it might not be. It could be somebody else. She did get a divorce recently. Oh my gosh! Like, I expect at any moment, like, Jerry Springer or Maury to come out and be like, you are the father. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I know a lot of people thrive off this stuff. And I know a lot of people, not in Arkham, this is not a thing about you. I know that there are a lot of people like who really, you know, are like, oh my gosh, you know, like what happened to me, you know, if they did it, okay, like, first of all, I don't care if they're in a relationship. If they're in a relationship, that's their thing. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a little weird to kind of like how public was this? And and doesn't it seem kind of weird? Like they've got Matt Reeves in the story, like coming in and yelling at him like they're still going at it on the Batmobile. Like I maybe that's how the beautiful people live. I don't know. You know, but yeah, I don't know. If it's true, you know, and they were getting it on the Batmobile and they had that opportunity and they just got caught. Well, okay. The other stuff that comes afterwards with Matt Reeves apparently, you know, yelling and screaming at them and telling Pattinson that he never wants to work with them again and stuff. I mean, those are the same type of rumors that have been talked about for like a year now, like of people just trying to create buzz, I think, around the Batman film that like, this is going to be horrible. People who just hate the idea of Pattinson or don't want to give Pattinson a chance. You know, I mean, there was the whole, you know, workout scandal, you know, where it's like, he's not working out. He's going to be a horrible Batman. Matt Reeves is pissed off at him and he's never going to work with him again and never wants to do a sequel and stuff. Look, the reality is if the Batman does really well, we're going to get a sequel. Even if the Batman does moderately well, which we know it's going to do well because what we've seen from it already looks good. The first trailer looked amazing. And we've talked about that over and over and over again. So people are definitely going to give this a chance. I know there was a backlash at first about Robert Pattinson, but you know what? People have really warmed up to that idea. And even those of us who are Snyder fans, we're interested in seeing what this movie is. And it looks like it's going to be good. So I don't think that they're going to have a problem with that. And trust me, there's a lot other crazier people in the world than Robert Pattinson. And there's a lot of other crazier things that have happened on the sets of movies than Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz getting it on the Batmobile. And I'm sorry, but like, do you really like go out the next day and take a pregnancy test? Like when you got caught on the Batmobile, that's the way that it's like, you know, it's like these people don't understand how bodily functions work. You know, it's like, well, okay, I mean, whatever.
I want a bat baby.
I mean, you know, generally speaking, it's like the pregnancy tests are all based around hormones. That's all they test for.
Yeah.
So like you can get false positives like the next day. I mean, it's happened,
absolutely.
But you know, but at the same time, look, like actors, they hook up on set, right? This happens
all the time.
Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz, I don't believe the story at all. Because they're clearly, I'm like,
that's true. It is bat sperm.
Well, no, you're right.
Just imagining a bunch of sperm with like little bat.
Right. Well, no, because the story first said that the guy interrupted them, and the first question that popped in my head was like, "But did they finish?" And then you see her the pregnancy test became positive, so clearly they did. So
I mean, again, not to get too specific, but ejaculate can contain sperm.
This is true.
So it's like, you
biology
know,
class, boys and girls.
You know, a lot of people think that it's like because of the way that movies and TV like showcase sex, that is how they think sex is. So it's really, I'm not saying you, Saggy, but it's like one of the things I love about covering true crime is when I come across a story where a person's like, oh no, I saw this on CSI, so I know how to get away with murder. And you're like, that's not how okay, please, by all means, continue being dumb. You know? So it's like people, they think what they see is real, and then they act, you know, so all this stuff comes across. Look, this might be another Ketwalski thing as a way to bait Doomcock, you know, into like making a video on it. Another him.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it could be a way to bait a number of different people into running with a fake scoop in order to try to capitalize on it.
Well, apparently Robert Pattinson didn't have to bait if Zoe was right there.
I'm with Eno.
So bad.
Well, yeah, because he finished in her. So yeah, I get that. That's good.
Such a horrible joke.
I'm with Enosh. So if I walked by that Batmobile and I was with my significant other, I'd be like, so the door's unlocked. Can we, be part of the movie by like leaving our skin cells all over the seats and stuff? Like, let's go.
I just immediately, when I first read that I saw that thing popping around the other day, and my immediate thought was like that scene from Titanic when they have sex in the car. Like that was like what flashed in my mind. It's just like, but the Batmobile. But it's the thing is, it's a cool car, you know. Like, and that car makes more. It's functionally. It makes more sense.
Whoa.
Functionally to have intercourse in that vehicle.
Functionally.
Yeah. Well, also spunctually too.
Enosh After Dark, baby.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Enosh After Dark. It's 9 p.m. Time to put away the effing puppets. Which, by the way, I love that line because I stole that from Kevin Smith. He said that at Comic-Con once. It's like, it's 9 p.m. on the noggin. Time to put away the effing puppets.
Yes.
But it's really...
Oh Lord, I can't. These streams get wild.
Wow. You guys want to see? I'll show you guys this. I made this up last night. I'll share the video file here.
Gives whole new meaning to this.
All over town, people are talking about the lunch trench. It's the ditch where you can eat your food.
Here, I made this.
Oh no! What is this?
Don't worry. This is like I did a
Boulder Talk Radio for the 19th of February 2021, where we asked the hard question: if Elastigirl is made of rubber, did she willfully make her ass that big? Tune in to find out more.
She did. She did. 100% she did. She did. If I was Elastic Woman and I could make my body parts, I would do it too. She did get herself a Nicki Minaj booty too. I didn't ever thought of that. Now I'll never unthink that.
I broke Enosh.
Enosh, would you get yourself a bigger booty if you were made out of rubber? Enosh, wait, you're not answering. Come back, Enosh. Would you make your booty bigger? I need to know. These are questions that need to be answered, Enosh. Would you make the badonkey donk? Would you make the badonkey donk bigger, Enosh, if you had a rubber butt?
She gave her.
Or would you give yourself some boobies, Enosh? Would you make rubber boobies? If you had the rubber body, what would you do with it? I need to know, Enosh. Would you even need to shower anymore?
It just makes you really question like what her and Bob Parr were into, right? Like, because is that a Bob Parr fetish? Like, honey, I like it when you're a little bit thick in the back. Just gives me something to hold on to, being Mr. Incredible. Like there's questions now that come from that. But yeah, that I saw. I made that literally like 5 minutes before I went live last night, and I just had to share it. At least.
Enosh has to answer the question though. Would you make your booty bigger if you were a rubber person?
Well, you know what? I might, because I've got no butt.
Oh God, is he gonna fart in the microphone again?
No, but like I have no butt. It's just like it's there.
What are we watching TLC?
He has an extended.
Emmy award right there, folks. No, you know what's funny is I actually went through security at the airport a couple of years ago, and this guy with the now I just got TLC in my head. What are they called? The the people who pat you up and down and stuff.
TSA.
Yes. I got acronyms with TN. Anyways, in my head. Anyway, so he's patting me down because I always get pulled aside. It doesn't matter, and I've just decided whatever. Like the last time we did it when my family flew last year, I stood there and the guy's like, okay, so we need to patch it up because apparently my crotch was registering as metal. And
Man of Steel.
Right. And so they kept going over me with the wand and they're just like, sir, do you have anything, I'm like, dude, it's all me. I don't know what to tell you. And the guy's like, well, I'm going to have to physically examine you. And I was just like, all right. And he says, would you like to go off into another room for me to perform this? And I'm just thinking to myself, no. If you're going to grab my junk, you're going to do it right here in front of everybody, sir. If you're gonna literally put me through that, we're not gonna do this alone. You're gonna have an entire audience of people watching you as you rub up and down whatever you got to do. And so so he got in there and stuff, and I did that. But a couple of years before that, I was flying, and I had taken everything out of my pockets, and I put it all on the conveyor there, and I go through, and the guy says, "Excuse me, sir. Can you empty your back pockets?" And I said, my pockets are empty. And this has always been a joke. I got a flat butt. I'm sorry. Even when I was fat, I had a flat butt. And he's like, no, sir, I need you to empty your pockets. And he's like, what's in your back pocket? I said, dude, I don't have anything in my back pockets. I'm trying to show him, I'm patting down myself at that point. And he's like, no, sir, I can see the bump. What is the bump in your, back there? And I'm like, what bump? And he's like, I'm looking at the bump. I need to know what the bump is in the back of your pants. And I said, that's my butt. And he's like, okay, never mind. Kind of reminds me of that police video of the cop who's patting down the guy, and he reaches around, he's patting the front, and he's like, okay, what's this right here? He's like, that's my penis. Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. So yeah. I'd probably add a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Not too much.
Enosh just has an extended back with a crack in it. That's all.
Pretty much. It's all good. Yeah. No. I mean, I would never just do that.
I told him, Matt, that he should have wore these last night when he was having his war with you.
Yeah. I mean, it would only cover his pain from losing so bad.
No. Sorry, this was the only pain that Matt Jarbo gave me. Is a little bit of gas here. There it was, and it was little at that.
Sounded a little wet there, Enosh. Did you have to change your pants after that?
I love Nicotina's response though. It's
I know.
That shocked look of what did I just witness?
He said this man just farted on my stream.
You farted on a live stream. And then I sit down, he comes back to me, and I had the microphone off at that point. I was like, and he's like, he did it again. I swear, you do it once and you never live it down. But that's
well. Hey, let me ask you this. I didn't get the chance to see your watch party last night. What'd you think of WandaVision?
So I gave the episode as a whole, I gave it a 7. I like the reveal at the end, and I like the beginning, but I didn't really feel that the middle had a lot going for it. I felt like it was okay, but it wasn't great, and it wasn't. It honestly, at one point, I felt like I was kind of dozing off a little bit. I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before, so I was pretty tired when I watched it. And so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I was just kind of okay, nothing was really happening. I mean, I like the stuff with Vision and, and him finding stuff out. I obviously like, what's her name going into the Hex. And obviously we got some, information about that. But it really didn't tell us anything that we really didn't know already. Look, spoilers for that. I guess I won't get into it, but the end, kind of the reveal or whatever was kind of oh, okay. Yeah, we figured that. All right. And then, the very end in the mid-credit scene was cool. But it's all, I don't know. It just kind of felt like a filler episode. And I'm hoping that that's, just kind of the turning the corner going into the final straight here with the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. Well, so I kind of get what you're talking about. I actually watched it 2 more times today. I watched it again yesterday and then 2 more times today.
Okay.
So I've seen the episode now 4 times. And I like at first I felt it was a little bit, I still feel the Wanda stuff is off. It felt like she was forcing it a little too hard. Yes. And that doesn't get better with the more viewings. Like, it's funny because she's very much trying to like become Julie Bowen from Modern Family, that kind of like neurotic behavior.
Yeah.
And you can see that's who she's modeling it after. But I did love that the opening intro was just like the Office theme song, just rekeyed, which was great. And then Vision and Darcy felt very much Parks and Rec Office style approach to it. And like, I like their little journey. But that reveal at the end was dope, because what was great, and here's the little thing you may not have realized. Have you noticed the aspect ratio change?
Oh yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
So when we exit the Nexus, it goes into standard 16:9 or letterbox aspect ratio.
Yes.
And when Wanda was walking into Agatha's dungeon, the aspect ratio changed, meaning that she left the Nexus. So Agatha's lair is outside of the Nexus. So that's an interesting little factoid. Like, that's an interesting little thing there. I think we're going to get more about that next week.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like
that I didn't notice, because I have been noticing, the aspect ratio change. Yeah. So that.
Yeah, it's just like it's the little things in the episode that make it work so well. And that's what I love about it. And it's like, I'll tell you this, I'm not a big, like, Grace Randolph, I'm kind of hit or miss these days, but I will watch her breakdowns of WandaVision, because there's a lot of excitement there. And like, I really like that. And so it's like, it's good stuff because you get to learn a lot out of it. But I feel like what they're building towards, like, this was kind of like the setup for the end, So it kind of felt like it was I don't want to say like a sleeper episode, but it was just kind of like a transition episode.
Yeah.
Because whatever happens next week is going to have, Hayward trying to make his way in. And then there's going to be a lot of the pushing and the fighting. And I'm glad they got through this episode, because like, I feel the Malcolm in the Middle episode was like the best one. And I would have loved to have spent more time in that particular world, more so than moving into like the docuseries. And I'm a big I'm a big Office fan, Parks and Rec, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I felt like it didn't need to go that route, but I get why they did the single camera aspect. I just think it would have been cooler if they would have stayed in like Malcolm in the Middle or gone back to the 50s, because I love those episodes. So
me too. I absolutely love those episodes.
Like, plus also the Agatha song is like so monsters. That's what I've listened to that song now so many times, because it is so monsters. I just love it.
For sure.
So spoiler, in the next episode of WandaVision, the Flash shows up.
Oh, wow.
And lets Wanda know that this is all a dream, and then he takes her back to the DCU, and then Wanda becomes part of the DC universe, and she's going to be in the new Flashpoint movie, and she's going to have blonde hair instead of
drugs.
Well, William posted, he's like, when we were laughing and having a good time and cutting up, he's like, we didn't even have to take any cocaine or something like that to get to this point. So this is for you, William.
School's name was Where is it? Where is the cocaine?
Where is the cocaine?
I'm in a coke field rage. And just for Matt Jarbo, tastes like sugar. Yum. Stripper.
You know me so well.
I do.
Cartoon strippers.
I do. Well,
I have so many stripper stories. You have no idea.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Like, I mean,
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Catherine Hahn deserves an Emmy, and it's really good. I've been really loving. Yes, Bradley, I'm actually, all the ones that I've gotten so far, I've taken just from that live stream, but I've got a list now of new ones that I'm putting together for sure. All right. William says, I just cracked myself with laughter.
Oh boy, you better change your pants then.
Yeah, I would do something about that, man. I would.
What the hell did Tumbako say?
Yeah, Tony. I love Tony, and I saw that for sure.
What
I just saw that.
like what?
Um,
Okay, I get it. You're Canadian.
Eh?
Eh?
Wait, well, hold on.
Did you post that in the wrong chat? Like, oh no. Oh no, what are you doing? Now you got to come on the show and show us your history. Show us your tabs, like Andre.
Oh my god.
You can't spell. I don't know, dude. That's pretty Freudian right there.
What's great is we know we can joke with Tony because oh my god, like Tony, like I just imagine Tony like typing somebody else. Yeah,
What's
I
it
hate
smell
but I
like?
love the smell. Like, whoa, wait a second, did I just post that on the Poindexter Lounge or did I text that?
Like, wait a minute. Hold on, Tony. You're telling me that as a man, you've never smelt your own nutter butter?
what the hell? This is like out of my territory. I don't.
Drab
that's
Walker's
another
right.
thing.
Yes. You got the no.
Is that a thing?
No.
There's so much I need to learn.
No.
There's so much I need to learn about male anatomy.
No.
I've just been looking for a reason to say nutter butter for like years.
He says, I stand with Tony.
I'm so lost. Is this a real thing?
Oh my god. I don't know, William. I don't know. Jack says I'm
You know what it is? Is I brought back Boulder Talk Radio last night, so I'm clearly in a bit of a feisty mood.
But I have so many questions.
Oh, I
need to learn.
It's really not that.
I'm sickened and curious.
That's how life should be. That's
I'm
how
just
life should be.
Curious because I'm very nutter butter.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Let's see. We broke Enosh tonight.
So, something a little bit more pleasant.
I've been thinking about blowing up my toaster, but then would I make my bread hot and hard at the same time?
TikTok is a blight on humanity. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I agree.
There are many talented people on there. Look, for every we need a Cloverfield drop for Tony. Wow. If okay, so you all are wondering what Tony wrote. Okay, for those of you who missed it, this is what Tony wrote.
He says he deleted it, but like StreamYard
It's still
logged
there.
it.
It's still there.
Like it doesn't work. That's so funny.
He did delete it, so he really did accidentally post it there.
Yeah,
What?
He's like, who are you talking to, Tony?
Right, I want to know who the hell was that meant for? Who was that message meant for, Tony?
And yeah, like, are you just like, do you just like sneak into the locker room at gyms and and like just smell things?
Who are you DMing at 3:32 or whatever the hell time it is for you?
He says, I told you I can't spell. Okay, hold on though. Hold on. Because you said like you love the C word and not the good C word, the male C word. But you you hate it, but you love the smell.
I want to shave my balls! Balls!
Oh
Wait,
my
hold on.
god, this is getting worse. This is getting worse. You saw that too, right, Matt? You saw that too, right?
What part?
Jacob?
Oh yeah. Real quick, I see Dexiam asks, why does Louis Lecca hate me so much? Does he say that? That's sad. I don't know if he hates me.
Boy.
Josh Gad for Tony's biopic.
My heart hurts tonight. Y'all are killing me. I shouldn't have been. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to bed 2 hours ago, but that's great.
I wasn't even like gonna come on my computer tonight, but like I laid down. I was gonna go out driving.
Well, you should do that anyways.
Well, no. What happened was like I laid my daughters down, and my 3-year-old just refused to go to bed. So I'm like, okay, I'll go lay down with her, and she's a codependent sleeper. She doesn't like sleeping alone. So I got up and then she woke up and then it was just like,
Okay, now y'all have done it. I was trying to close up the stream, but no, y'all.
we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything.
So,
The dr-
Tony,
So what do you want to tell us, brother? Is something you want to confess?
I'm not a good speller.
But what were you trying to spell?
what's it
I
smell
was
like,
trying
bro?
to say, hey, I hate cocaine, but I love the smell of it.
Yeah, but
How
like,
did cocaine
Now you
come
get it.
out? How did cocaine?
Josh Gad.
We're talking about cocaine.
Okay, but how
I
did
just gotten home.
how did cocaine become that?
Because it's COC and it automatic, but then
wait, hold on. Were you typing on your computer or on your mobile device?
On my mobile device.
So
okay,
why
so
did
why
your
does it autocorrect to cock?
Right. Why does it
That's
autocorrect?
that's another question. That's now we're going into some deep stuff here.
Swear words. It's one of my favorite swear
No.
words. Awesome.
Why? Wait, hold on. You fetishize like over saying that
Oh,
word constantly,
God.
so your phone just remembers it now.
phone's like, oh,
What do you do when you're drunk?
Scotch! Scotchy, scotch, scotch. There it goes down. Down into my belly.
Actually, hold on here. Jose says cocaine doesn't even smell. That's not true. I can confirm that it does. I didn't do it, but I did smell it one night. But yeah, a friend of mine. Okay, well, he mentioned strippers, right? So hold on,
This
hold
is
on.
your stream, bro.
Hold on. A friend of mine who ran a strip club, and he came to my theater, and he's like, "Look what I found at work," and he holds up a little baggie of coke, and he's like, "Give it a smell. Don't inhale it, but smell it." And yeah, so like, you know,
If you smelled it, you did it.
you know what? If that is how I had cocaine in my system, then that is a story I will stand by.
HBO Max original, a Tony story.
He was a Canadian
This is a safe space.
who
Thank you
hated
very
cock
much.
but loved the smell.
So Tony,
This is his story.
And as
Don't
soon as I
believe the
looked at it,
lies.
I was like, oh my God, did I just write that? And I erased it right away. And I was like, hopefully nobody saw that.
we
And then
all
you had to
saw
bring it
it.
up, you know, way to go, bud.
Well, because we're looking at the comments here, and all of a sudden there's Tony, and it just says like, "I hate cock, but I love the smell," and we're all like, "Wait, do you see that? Like, do
I'm
you
never
see?"
gonna live this one down. That's fine.
Oh, dude, this is logged on the internet forever. Then you came on to go. It was really meant to be cocaine, but my phone auto corrected to cock.
Oh, my mother's gonna be so proud.
Tony, is this mean
Tony's
you?
mom! Tony's mom!
So Tony, does this mean you actually don't know what it smells like?
Well, I'm with Jarbo. You know, hey, nutter butter.
Okay, so you have smelled the nutter butter.
Some people refer to it as duck butter, but I think because like nutter butter, just the rhyming is better.
I need to know these things. I'm learning, Enosh. I need to learn. I have to be I have to marry some. I need to marry a man someday. I need to know these things. I need to know. Yeah, I need to know.
Hold on, why do you hate cock though? Like, because I mean, like that is a question for the audience here. You know, I yes, that's
True.
right.
That's
Eggplant
true.
emoji. There you go.
I think it's because I'm just
I'll be
so
back.
angry sometimes. So, you know.
I'll be back.
Wait, hold on. Are you angry? Hold on. Now I'm going to go into like a psychologist mode.
Oh, here we go.
So are you
I'm glad
angry
I'm
at your cock? Is that what's going on here? Is this like a deep rooted psychological issue from when you were a child? Like,
did it
where
hurt
did Father McClanahan touch you?
What the heck?
No, I'm never angry at my cock, but sometimes I just beat it senseless anyway.
Well, yeah,
You know?
yeah. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to show it who's boss, right? You're all like,
What
You just-
the
you just-
hell
Every once in a while.
is
yeah,
happening?
you just got to like, do you use your fists or do you use like another item, like a hammer?
I use both hands.
So welcome to Poindexter Lounge After Dark, ladies and gentlemen. This is
This,
the Mac
this
Jarbo
part is so
and
gonna get
Tony.
clipped. It's so gonna get also yeeted from Enoch. He's gonna bury this thing. It's gonna delete it.
Yeah, and he's not going to allow us back on for a while.
I don't. I'm just going with the flow because I don't
Maggie,
know.
you're fine. You're fine.
I don't know
It's
what's going on
being-
anymore. I just know that there's nutter butter and people who hate genitals but love the smell of them, and I'm very confused.
Well, I mean, like the thing is, like it's all. I look at that as being more of a pheromone issue, right?
True.
Like it's some people have like their genitals smell a certain way, and some people find it to be attractive. Other people, their genitals smell another way, and it's abhorrently disgusting. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you guys have been in a situation like. Well, yeah, you've got sometimes where it's like you like the smell, and there's other times you don't like the smell, and the different person, and it could be a dietary issue, it could be a hygiene issue. You know, oftentimes if it's really bad, you never stick around to find out. You hightail it the hell out of there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can get this great quality of education from your school's health education programs. They offer classes for free to let you know about how pheromones.
They won't talk about this in school.
About pheromones.
Like you're never gonna have your high school gym teacher come in for sex ed and go like, let's talk about genitals and the smells that originate from them, what it means to have a dirty penis.
He still might tell you, hey man, you might need a shower.
Ladies, if you're watching, if a man does not like your scent, he is not in love with you. There you go.
But I mean, sometimes you just got to deal. But
we are dude, right?
Yeah, no, like we'll put up. Like I'm just saying, like we'll put up with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna do whippets?
Wait, hold on. We're talking about penises and vaginas, and he shows up.
He's doing.
And he shows up with a whacking motion on a can of whipped cream.
Is this where we get? Is this where we get sexy time?
Is this gonna be sexy Enosh?
Oh God, Enosh.
Oh, now we know how he's gonna survive in a few weeks.
You know, she's gonna practice.
Think about it, dude. You just completely showed us. You just showed us what your OnlyFans is gonna be. It's gonna be. You still got a little bit of it on your mouth too. It's right there on the other side. That's right. Oh yeah, yep. This is gonna be shots of him in the shower. It's gonna be shots of him in the shower. He's just gonna be taking a shot to the face of whipped cream. Bunch of weird dudes on the internet paying him money.
Yelling "Bukkake!"
They're gonna be like, it's gonna be like on your,
oh my God!
Put that thing away.
Oh no!
That's what I think of you, Jarvo.
Whipped cream.
No, Cylon, I'm just giving him a hard time. I'm giving him a hard time, obviously.
Oh, my face hurts from laughing. Oh my God! Yes. Did you really fart?
What?
I think he did.
Did you really fart?
You don't know?
What, we just building that up and waiting for the perfect opportunity to just let it rip? Is that why you're doing the whipped cream?
I really hope somebody takes that GIF and then just replaces the can of whipped cream with something else.
I like how you use the backhand motion on it too. Like every once in a while, you got to pretend like you're a stranger. You know.
Yeah, you got to sit on your hand for 20 minutes, let it go numb.
Enosh looks like a little squirrel with nuts in his mouth.
I call it the Iceman. You stick your hand in a thing of ice water until it gets numb. Then you pull it out and do it. Oh yeah.
But wait. Hold on here, because that area is sensitive to cold. So
Sometimes.
it's like you're literally doing your body a disservice by like getting a handy from like a zombie. You know what I mean?
Biology by fucking Matt Jarbo.
I'm just saying,
sorry, I said that word. Sorry.
I'm just saying, it doesn't I
apologize.
Necrosis is a thing.
They're
all
bringing
right?
it out of me, Enosh.
We call it shrinkage.
God, you guys, you Canadians are weird.
It's cold up here, man.
Did you not see what he typed in the chat? And you guys are causing me to swear on the stream. I said the F word. Shame on you. I'm blaming both of you. You bad influences right here.
We had a full-on conversation about genital pheromones, so like a one F-bomb is not really going to be that big of a deal.
I don't think anyone would have caught it either if I didn't bring attention to it. But I'm very
tired. I also feel bad for Enosh because I feel like we've just derailed his stream. Like he doesn't look happy.
He just was eating whipped cream and farted in the mic. I think he's fine.
I'm crying on the inside.
He's currently looking up what the the subscription rate is for OnlyFans. Coming exclusively to Poindexter Lounge.
Hey, we're still doing good. There's still 123 people watching, dude.
If you're a member, you get the exclusive first. Get the whipped cream pictures first if you're a member.
There's 124 people witnessing this right now.
Yes.
You here okay, everyone, you all need to like slap that like button 100%, and then you need to like clip this and share it with people, especially Enoch taking a shot of whipped cream in the mouth.
You are an enabler, Matt.
Oh, I also pay him money.
See? Yes, Black Star says he did all that and no super chat.
Oh, hold on real quick.
Behind a paywall.
Hey, I do want to say though, Black Star, Love Your Abby, Hair Love is an amazing short film, and I'm looking forward to that adaptation of it. Have you guys seen Hair Love back on that short film? Oh, it's great. Watch it on YouTube. So just want to kind of get us off the subject of genital sounds and smells.
Says, and I just subscribed. Welcome.
Well, why not?
Make sure to like and subscribe for future whatever this is content.
Saturday night, Poindexter Lounge, open mic, anything goes.
Apparently,
it's a safe space. It's a safe space. Don't worry.
It's a safe
space. Kinky sphincter. Kinky sphincter.
Kinky sphincter. With a $5 super chat.
All right.
Well, we got to set that up. Here you go.
Tastes like sugar.
Yum. Stripper.
Someone with a red smoking jacket right now going, well, let me take you back to 1992. It's in a strip club in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh no. Let me think of one. Okay. I got one. It's not as funny as the other one, but it's I was there with some friends of mine, and we were hanging out watching the shows and whatever. And when you're there, the women will walk around and they'll be like, "Do you want to get a lap dance? Do you want to buy me a drink?" It's all a trap, by the way. The drinks are traps. It's like $10 for like a freaking lemonade. Sorry. And whatever. Anyway, so like this one woman comes by and she's African American and she's all like, "Hey, any of you guys want to dance?" And I had just got back from one. My friend had just got back from one. My other friend was just broke. And we all politely declined. And then she goes, "Oh, you're all just racist." And we're like, "Wait, what? Like, wait, what? Huh?" And she goes like, she starts yelling at us for like berating us for not getting a lap dance from her. And then she points to this dude like a couple rows up, this big black guy. And she goes like, she's like, "That's my cousin. He's going to F you up." And we're like, what the hell? Like, we're getting shook down. We're getting shaken down by a stripper to get lap dances. But she doesn't think she didn't know me. And I know the managers and I know the DJs and I know everyone there. So I got up and walked over to the managers and complained. I'm all like, "Yo, this one girl is trying to literally shake me down right now." And then they're like, "Oh, she's doing it again?" Apparently it was an ongoing problem. So they booted her out that night. I was back there about like 2 weeks later. And she was back working again. And I went over and I'm like, "What the hell, man?" She was like threatening to like have us beaten up. She's like, "Yeah, you weren't the first. And you're not going to be the last." But she makes a lot of money for the club. So you know what? We just let her back.
I got to tell you something about strip clubs in Canada. Depending on the province, they're different. So if you go to Quebec, you can touch them. Yeah. They literally grab your hands and they're like, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to die now." And bouncer just looks at you, gives you the old thumbs up, and that's it.
It is begun.
I was at a club in Dallas, Texas, and in 2004, and a friend of mine who he literally
they're giving away the cow for free. Just ask for one. Enoch OnlyFans whipped cream parts.
Okay, we need the other side.
So you don't get to eat real food.
You got a fart now.
Hold on, is whipped cream keto?
Yeah. I was thinking, you don't get to eat real food, but you get a whole freaking thing of whipped cream?
That's a life right there.
Not eating the whole thing of whipped cream. This is like my there's only 15 calories and there's like no sugar in it. So
No, I make the same argument about bacon. So anyway,
I got whipped
Joey
cream. I got
here's like,
whipped
so
cream on.
Jarbo tried getting a working woman fired. No, she was threatening like bodily harm if I didn't pay her $15 to sit on my face.
I love how no one's brought up the fact that you were at the strip club so much that you actually knew everybody who worked
Hold
there
on, I can
outside
actually.
of the strip
Well, okay, so I can explain that. So when I worked at I never worked there. When I worked at the drive-in, we got to know one of the managers because he was a regular, and he's actually still a good friend of mine. Like nearly 20 years later. But when I ran for governor of California in San Diego, I was known as the rock governor of San Diego. I won a radio station contest. And so that became my moniker. That was what they were trying to pimp me around as. Like, we've got the rock governor of San Diego, Matt Jarbo, here tonight, whatever. So my friend who ran the strip clubs, was a manager. They would do these contests like Miss Spring Break or whatever. And they was like, hey, we need a celebrity judge. So you're kind of a celebrity. Why don't we have you come down and like judge these competitions? So
I don't know, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're telling old war stories from San Diego. And so I ended up getting to know everybody at these clubs because they were all owned by Hustler. A lot of the clubs there were owned by Hustler. And so I just ended up getting to know the bouncers and the girls and the managers. And I could pretty much go to any club and never have to pay to get in. In fact, I don't think I ever paid to go to a club again in San Diego. I didn't have to.
I mean, I also have a stripper story, but I'm not going to tell it here. Because let's just say, do not go into the ladies' bathroom. Don't go into a ladies' bathroom at a strip club. That's all I'm gonna say. It was not. What I overheard was not.
Yeah,
kind of cringy.
I
That's
went
not
to.
what you wanted. Well, never
No,
mind.
I went to a stripper's birthday party once, and the after party ended up going back to the club, and it was literally just like the birthday girl, her best friend, me, and two of my friends, and that was about it. And I won't go into details about what we saw, but we saw some stuff that you would never, ever, ever think you would see. And we were sitting at the tip.
Nicotina's mom!
I'm not kidding you. We were sitting at the tip rail and the girls were on stage. Like, and we're sitting there, we're smoking cigarettes like inside the strip club, like at 3:00 in the morning on a Friday. And it's just like the weirdest experience of my life is like, wait a minute, how did I end up here? And then we ended up going out for like food later on. It was the weirdest night ever. It was crazy. It was good.
I'm in a coke field rage.
I'm pretty sure they were. And if I had to summarize it with a pirate terminology, it would just be scissor me timbers.
There you go. That's a good
Why
summer.
did you say that?
Stop scissoring me with your eyes.
Anyway, I feel like I have embarrassed Enosh enough, and he is free to come on my channel anytime and fart as a way of I don't know, whatever stories you might have that you.
I prefer him eating whipped cream. At this point of the night, I would not judge you, Enosh, for doing whippets tonight to wipe your memory of the stream.
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
do whippets. Do whippets and talk about God. That would be cool.
Do it. I'm with Jarbo. We're like the most evil dudes in the bottom going, do it, man. You can do it.
Wait, hold on. What's the plunger story? The plunger story from last week. Did you guys hear?
No. What's up, Tim? Thank you, Tim, for breaking up this monotony. I don't know if it's monotony. It's breaking up this this chain of events. Excuse me. It says, "Hey, Enosh, when are you pop in? Let me know when the Snyder Cut is in talks. I love that stuff. Hail from Doomcock. You changed my mind somewhat about Ray Fisher. I'd be honored to come on to hang out. Absolutely, man. You are definitely welcome, and I had a great time talking with you the other night, and love the conversation. And so, yeah, we're gonna have lots of conversations here coming up about, especially as we
hone in on the release of the Snyder Cut on March 18th. And so, yeah, man, I'm glad, my whole thing about like the Ray Fisher thing is I want people to take a look at like what's actually being said, and not get their news from people who have agendas of trying to spin things that Ray says to mean something else, or to just try to downplay it just because they like certain, YouTubers, or like certain, celebrities or something like that. I never think that we should, I think that we should never, I should say, allow celebrity to cloud our judgment. And, when it comes to these things, and listen to what's really going on when things are presented for, to us. So, yeah, man, I'll definitely hit me up on Twitter. That's the best place to get a hold of me these days. I would have never thought I would have ever said that a year ago, but Twitter is usually the best place to get me. So if you're on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter, and we'll talk about when I can have you on sometime, because I did enjoy the conversation with you, and thank you for your support, man, and the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Also, well, thank you, Angie. Appreciate it. Says you got a fan for life here, Thank you so much. Yes, this has been a fun one for sure. Kinky Sphincter with another $5 super chat. You got to give the members what they want. It says plunger story and the 2004 stripper story in Dallas you started but didn't finish.
That's what she said.
Is Jarbo there, or is he?
Yeah. Sorry. No, I'm here.
You fell asleep.
No. I'm here. Okay. So okay. So
come on, you're acting like, oh my god, I gotta tell this.
No. I was distracted for a minute.
I get to tell the story.
Oh, why? But why? Oh, I should be doing this on my channel, making that money anyway. No. So what we were at I think it was a place called Pandora's in Dallas. And this is a weird club.
I feel like I'm
because
sitting around the campfire listening, just like stories.
I have tons of these stories from my friends were all perverts, including myself. So we went a lot. But anyway, we're at this club, and this is a place you could bring your own beer. And this is in Texas. And so there was a beer barn right next door, and you could actually walk over, get a case of beer, bring it back into the club, and then like pay to get a cooler full of ice. Like, it was crazy. But none of the lap dances, like
sounds
none
legit.
It was this is Texas. There are some good things about Texas. Clearly not power management, but hey, strip clubs are good. And but the thing is, there's like no booths for like the lap dances. There were couches that just outlined the club. And so you'd walk in, and it's like you could watch other people get lap dances, which, by the way, is creepy. Okay.
True.
Like, I don't need to see like some mid-40s businessman on a trip, getting his rocks off. I don't need to see that. Go back in a private room for that. All right. Like, we're all decent human beings here. But anyway, my friend had been working on this woman all night long, and he's known to overpay. He overtips. And he does this because he more or less uses it as a way to get some. Well, it kind of worked, because they go and they sit right behind our table. And then like she's giving him a lap dance, and we turn back, and her hand is straight in his pants. You know what I mean? And it's like, what the hell? So like, this is a kind of, we all turned around, and like no one mentioned it ever again. And it was just like this really awkward drive, because it was him and I who were traveling back to San Diego, because he had flown me to Atlanta. We drove to Dallas. Then we're driving back to San Diego. So like, that was a very weird conversation the next morning, because I'm just like, so that was a good time last night, right? He's like, oh yeah, I had a good time. I'm like, yeah, no, we saw. Yeah, no, we saw. We could, He's all like, what? Who cares? I'm all like, oh, I mean, yeah, no, you don't care. So that was a weird one. But as for the plunger story, I was doing a stream the other night with Max, and I had to go to the bathroom halfway through, like really bad. So I'm like, hey Max, like take over for a minute while I go and I do this. And I ended up clocking the toilet. And then I grabbed my plunger, and I went to go plunge, and the plunger snapped in half.
Oh, that's bad.
I need the plunger side of the story.
What I don't understand about this is it was a wooden plunger. So like I never quite thought that a wooden plunger would ever actually get it like rotted. It somehow, I don't know. Was it like, I have no idea if what happened to this plunger. But it snapped off. And then I now have a plastic one that is clearly ribbed for her pleasure. So like that's an upgrade, I think.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, I've never used one. I've never used the one that looks like it's multi-stacked.
That's Tony. That right there below me. Yeah.
So
I don't know if it was lag or just Tony's delayed reaction, but when he laughed at that story, it was like literally after Matt got silent, and then he just started cracking up laughing, and I was dying. It's like a pause between his laughing. It's like he was looking straight in the camera, and then all of a sudden everyone stopped talking. He's like,
I haven't even got stoned yet. This is the weird thing.
I'm cracking up because of the delayed reaction. The plungers. I don't know how much crap you need to clog the toilet to break your plunger, but good on you, Matt.
Hey. No, I don't. I mean, we had the plunger for a couple of years, but like, I was surprised that it just rotted. Like it had been
recreationally for anything else, possibly.
No. I mean, not that I know of. I mean, some mornings I wake up and I'm in pain, but that's a whole other different reason.
What's up, Gob? Hey, by the way, yeah. Well, we started off. We are now at 3 hours and 23 minutes into this discussion, and everything was going swimmingly. Everything was great. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. This is funny, but we were having a great time. Film Gob, everything was rolling along. We were having a great discussion about Warner Brothers, DC, and stuff. And then Tony here accidentally put a typo. Yes. This guy right here, Tony, aka Ray, the drunk Canadian. He put an interesting typo into the chat, which spurned off this whole other bisection of the. I mean, dude, we even, I literally told a bunch of people to go over and subscribe to you tonight, Film Gob, because
I did.
There you go. So Saggy Melons literally subscribed to you tonight, Film Gob, because you did come up earlier. Because we were laughing about your video of the 5 minutes of John Campea, being wrong about stuff, because we were talking about the Snyder Cut, and great piece of work, by the way. Absolutely love it, Film Gob. But yeah, so this all came from a typo, and then all of a sudden people started giving super chats to my channel to hear Matt Jarbo tell interesting, crazy stories from his past, and so free money. I got nothing. Like I can't take the high ground on that one. It just is what it is.
Jarbo, what's our cut, by the way? I forgot. What's our cut again? Is it
Thank you.
Cocaine.
I don't know.
And apparently he broke a plunger. And so inquiring minds wanted to know. But
I looked at the chat too. It looks like I have a girlfriend now. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh well. Okay. Okay.
It happens when you type that kind of stuff in chat. I'm not surprised. They want to know what it smells like.
Yes.
Well, it was just.
So now, Film God, now you have been brought up to speed. Not really. I mean, I was also doing whippets with a can of.
Yeah, you missed the whippets and the farting.
Yeah. Okay. So there's stuff happened. It's like 4 a.m. here. I got to get up in 3 hours.
Same.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, and I think that's probably where we're going to end it right there with whipped cream, plungers, and strippers. All right. And by the way, there's this thing called the Snyder Cut that's coming out on March 18th. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited about it. Yes, apparently we went from Cul De Sac to Cul De Nutsack. It's interesting how quickly it can go there. But hey, this was fun. You broke me tonight. You did break me tonight.
Couple of times. It was very interesting, to say the least.
I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight. I want to thank everybody who watched tonight. I want to thank everybody who gave a super chat. I can't tell you, as some of you have heard, come the first, I'm going to be in the market for a job. So it does definitely help me and my family, and we're very appreciative. And I know you guys are liking the Cloverfield drops right now. We've got this going on right now until next Saturday. Anybody who gives a super chat
or if you become a member or a Patreon supporter of the channel, you are in the running for this bad boy right here, which will be given away next week. The Cloverfield 3-movie collection. They're making a sequel. Hopefully we get lots more cool Cloverfield memes from that. But that and then a reminder, starting next month after we give that away, anybody who gives a super chat or becomes a member or Patreon supporter will be in the running for the complete Death and Return of Superman story anthology, all this stuff. And there's going to be more. Actually, I'm adding some more comics to this. The first appearance of Hank Henshaw, who is Cyborg Superman in this story. So you're going to get the death. You're going to get the funeral. You're going to get the return. I mean, this is like a year's worth of comic books, folks, and the rematch with Doomsday, plus a lot more. And because we love you guys, and that'll be our big giveaway for the Snyder Cut. So be looking for that. Tonight was a fun night. Tonight I had a good time. I hope you all had a good time as well. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes it's really good to just be able to laugh and to enjoy ourselves. And we forget the things that keep us apart. You know, the things that, you know, what I don't like about this movie that you do like, or what I like about this character that you don't like, or whatever. Sometimes you guys just got to come together and have some fun, you know. And so that's what I encourage you guys to do. Let's stop getting caught up in all this other junk, and let's just, you know, let's be good to each other. I will say this, and to kind of bring it back to our original theme of the night, and that is, you know, I don't understand. I do understand it, and I don't understand it at the same time with Warner Brothers and just some of the choices that they've made. But I will tell you all this. Ray Fisher said it the best way possible right here on this channel, and that is, what the fans want to be canon will be canon. And if you don't want the Snyder Cut and Zack Snyder's Justice League to be a Cul De Sac, we have to remember that March 18th. Yeah, somebody was in here earlier and said, "Oh, I can't wait for March 18th so we could be done with this and done with you people." No, March 18th is the start. It's the very start, because we have got to support this thing. We've got to get the word out. We were talking earlier about, telling other people about the Snyder Cut and telling other people about what it is. And when people ask you, questions like I told you, was asked of me, like Justice League, why? Hey, be ready for them. Be ready for them, because they're going to ask those questions. The closer we get, the more promotional stuff that comes out for Zack Snyder's Justice League. Somebody's going to have to be educated. And if we don't do it, there's plenty of people out there who are willing to spread negativity and to spread lies. And so we need to make sure that the truth is known, that the truth is heard. And I know that I can trust all of you guys to do that. And I know that Zach knows that that's what's on our heart as well, and what we want to share with others. So before we go, Saggy, you want to tell everybody where? I also want to remind you guys also about the brick. The brick is done. The brick is finished. It's a physical thing down at the Superman Museum, ladies and gentlemen. You guys help make this possible. This thing is going in right now. If you seek his monument, look around you to the family of Zach and Deborah Snyder, the Poindexter Lounge, and your many associate producers. This is a physical thing now, folks. It's actually going in there. It's going to be down at the Superman Museum in Metropolis, Illinois. You'll literally be able to take your family, or just, go yourself and go down to the Superman Museum. This is in the center square there of this is right outside City Hall of Metropolis, Illinois. It's a really cool thing. Actually, you can't see it because of the snow, but what Superman is standing on there is a little fenced-in area that's a giant S symbol if you look at it from above. Very, very cool thing. And so we bought this brick. This brick helps the Superman Museum Preservation Society, because they don't get any money from DC. No money from anything. In fact, DC kind of overlooked the entire city for years until the statute of copyright ran out. So they couldn't go after him for copyright anymore. They didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But now every year they have an awesome festival there, the Superman Festival. It's like over 100,000 people show up to that thing. They've got some really cool stuff there. The Superman Museum is lit. I actually have to finish my video taking you through the Superman Museum, and I'll maybe I'll try to really knock that out this week, along with the song for the Snyder Cut, and show you guys exactly what that was like, because there's so many great props and things from movies and TV shows. Pretty much every incarnation of Superman is represented, whether or not it be the George Reeves show, the Kirk Allen serials, stuff from the Fleischer cartoons, stuff from Super Friends, stuff from the old 60s cartoons, stuff from obviously the Christopher Reeve movies, stuff from every TV incarnation, the Superboy shows, every Smallville, amazing stuff there. And so if you ever get a chance to go down there, definitely do it. It's definitely worth the trip. All right, so I think that's just about it, folks. But Saggy, would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Sure. You can find me wherever you just type in Saggy Melons on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. And on my YouTube, I just do gaming content, movie reviews, TV reviews, topics that I'm interested in. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Just make sure you put the Z and not the S. Just the Z, because then you'll end up being right back on this stream towards the end in the dark place of the internet where you do not want to go, and you'll see actual Saggy Melons. You want to get me with the Z.
Matt Jarbo's been there several times.
Yes, I'm aware he has been there even before he met me.
Yes.
Hey, man, everyone's got to earn a living.
Yeah. Nicotina's mom! Sorry. Tony, we know you don't have a channel. You probably should, man. You should talk comics, dude. You should start a YouTube channel. I mean, you're always here on our channel doing fun stuff like, mistyping stuff, but you could be doing that on your own channel, man. You could be like embarrassing yourself and like doing crazy stuff on your own channel, talking about comics. You are a great comic aficionado. And so, but tell people, like, if anybody wants to, are you on any of the socials where people can
I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Facebook.
They have anything for you to smell or anything?
No, but there might be some obscene pictures. I'm just kidding. No,
I need a link right now.
I work so much right now; it's so hard, man. But
this is so fun. What are you on all those? What is your handle on those?
Geez. I think it's just my name on all three of them. Actually, it's just Tony Bumbaco at Instagram. Same thing on Facebook and Twitter.
Cool. I almost wish this was a super chat, so it'd be like huge and big and like totally lit up. But it's the plunger. So what did I miss?
Really, the toilet.
You missed some stuff.
I guess so. And hey, well, Matt, I'm here. Here I am.
Oh, you ain't getting that money because you broke.
That's horrible. What is that, Dad?
Oh, God.
I don't know. It's like 1:00 in the morning my time. I have literally.
Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I know there's like 98 of you still here. Thank you to everybody who's watching tonight, man. This stream was amazing tonight. Literally since the start of this stream, we have had 1,350 people watch this stream tonight. And wow. That's huge. Thank you guys so much for your support. You guys don't know how much that really means to me. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Also, if you could on your way out tonight, make sure you hit that like button. All right, get those likes up there so that YouTube knows, and that's how our numbers go up. Is YouTube tells other people, and I have the numbers to show that YouTube is actually starting to tell other people about the Poindexter Lounge, and so I am so grateful for that. Tomorrow night I will be on the Louis Centino show and helping out to raise some money for charity, and then Monday night Mr. ACS Tony or Anthony will be here on not this guy, the other guy, the ACS guy will be here on Monday night. I was totally wrong. I kept promoting it that he was going to be here Friday, and then like Thursday I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to eat? Like, what do you want to eat and stuff? And he's like, we're not coming till Monday, right, dude? And I'm like, I'm stupid. Just never mind. But Jarbo, tell him where we can find you, man.
Strip club.
I knew that was coming. Oh,
not the only thing that's coming. Why do you think I wear thin pants?
We both said it at the same time.
I still hate the smell though, so don't worry about it.
How can you hate the smell of Victoria's Secret? I'm just saying, it's like that is every time I go to the mall and I walk by Victoria's Secret, I'm all like, the memories.
It all smells like perfume. What do you mean?
Well, no, there's a at least there's a
again. I need to get that clip from Superman 2 where the hydrogen bomb starts and the guy's sitting there with like, and the thing goes down the Eiffel Tower and the detonator goes back and it's like flipping around and the guy gets it and he looks down at it and he goes, "It started." That's what happened to me tonight. No, that's funny.
You guys can find me at $3 Theater or my new channel Patio Commentary, which I'm doing.
That's what I wanted to give people a chance to know.
Yeah,
about.
I really enjoy. I've been really enjoy doing Patio Commentary. It's so much fun, and I look forward. I want to do more than one a week, but I don't want to burn myself out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
but yeah. Hey, this just in. This channel is garbage.
Hot garbage.
There you go.
Hot, sexy, 9
Right,
p.m.
I need to stop getting in your brains tonight, guys. This is crazy.
And just this rage. They're angry. What was it? That's the you got the rage one, and then of course Matt Jarbo's famous line here that he loves.
They're trying. Let me just break it down for you like this. I can summarize everything up in simply 2 words. You lost.
Exactly.
That's my favorite.
Yes, the plunger says, "I've done a lot of soul searching, Matt." And see, this is why I do what I do, folks. For everybody who says that I'm garbage, Bradley here. Bradley, I appreciate you, man. Says, love being here. And I love you being here. I love you all being here. But apparently the plunger has done a lot of soul searching, Matt. Right? And whoops, hold on a second. Where'd that go? Okay. Oh, and then says you think your toilet, and yes, the plunger did correct itself.
Oh, that's good. At least it's self-aware.
Tony tried to just delete it, and that didn't work. So at least the plunger, learned from Tony's mistake and just said, you know what, it's there. I put it out there. But it says, you think your toilet is safe, Matt? I will find it. I will find it.
Preferably after Thanksgiving. I'm just saying that's when you're going to have your work cut out for you.
Yes, the plunger says I spell like Tony.
Yeah. Autocorrect.
Autocorrect.
I just think Tony should get that on a shirt. Like, I hate cock, but I love the smell.
That's a new shirt coming from the Poindexter Lounge. Tony, I should make that shirt. I should make that shirt because Tony, with our members, there is a level, and I will say this: Tony is a great friend and a great supporter of the Poindexter Lounge, and Tony is the highest level of the membership that we can get, that we give. And with that, you get a t-shirt every month. So Tony, I should make a special t-shirt just for you that says just a one-of-a-kind t-shirt, man.
I will wear it.
Just for you.
You have to wear it.
I just know you would. I know you would. So
I'd wear it out. I'd wear it to the bar. No problem.
know you.
Wear it to the strip club with Matt Jarbo.
You're gonna have to get a picture of that. The plunger says this channel stinks. I should know, and that's plunger. Thank you, Geek Studios, man. I appreciate it. This is so funny. Thank you, Nicotina's mom. I'm so glad you love me. I love you too, Nicotina's mom. You're the best. This was the best foursome ever. I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, jeez.
I'm feeling pretty good about it, though, Jacques. Oh, my gosh. This was fun. This
was definitely entertaining. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to make something out of this.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, hey now.
Oh,
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, please give me a little bit of thing. Come on, it ain't that bad.
A little bit of what?
A little bit of thing.
A little bit of thing. I can't. I am terrible at multitasking. That is something I'm not good at. But let's see here. That shit. Okay. Now let me do
I feel like we're like, what are we listening to?
You're listening to me like
narrating. He's narrating.
Yeah, you're listening to me like try to figure.
Freaking narrating what he's doing.
I don't know.
Milk was a bad choice.
Milk was a bad choice.
My straw reaches across the room and starts to drink your milkshake. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
What is
Well
that
then.
from?
That's from there will be blood.
There will
Is
be
that
blood. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
But does his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard?
And
They're
they're like, it's better
same
than
thing.
yours.
What I want to know, the plunger says, what I want to know is what did Matt do with the other half of my handle? I'm guessing it ended up at the strip club.
Jeez, Louise, man.
Wait,
Come on here. What kind of
wait.
monster do you think I am?
Well, clearly the monster who leaves a plunger without its handle.
It broke, and it was during a snowstorm.
You could have
What do you
taped
want from me?
You could have taped it. Duct tape fixes everything. How dare you?
Duct tape doesn't
Whipped
fix as much.
cream, saggy melons, a Canadian, and a stripper on live stream. It feels like an OnlyFans.
I want to say this to Black. I want to say this to Black Star. I have been to Chez Pierre. So he mentioned it earlier. I have been there.
Why am I not surprised?
Plunger, do you bleed?
What I did when I was 18 was a whole different story. All right.
That poor
Hold on.
plunger. Rip to
All right.
the plunger. F
Rip
in
to
the
the
chat.
plunger, but
F in the chat for the plunger, guys. F in the chat.
hold on, let me see if I can bring this up. This is a terrible design. Do you plunger? Do you bleed?
While we've been waiting here for Matt Jarbo, one eternity later.
Yeah, well, I had to work as fast as I can. All right, there we go.
See, now I got to get this thing off the screen. Hold on a second.
Oh God, we got okay. At least
Okay,
we're
so
back.
I just made this like real quick. You should be able to bring it up.
There you go.
Oh boy. Well, glad I got off work tonight so late and decided to come on and give you all some pleasure.
It's like a two. I made that like very quickly, but it's terrible stuff.
Yeah, that'd
we
make a
go.
great shirt for Tony, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey,
You
thanks
could have
everybody.
put like a caulking gun too. You know, I love cock, but I hate the smell, and I just hold the caulking gun.
No, that's too on the nose.
I love
that's
cock.
That's funny stuff too.
That's a little bit.
Eternally later, you know, she's trying to end the stream like 50 times
He's
already.
like, I just want to go to
I
bed.
just want to sleep, guys. I got gas.
I just want to go to sleep.
He downed a whole can of whipped cream on stream. He's got to go.
It was half empty.
Likely story.
You still look. You still took it like a pro. You know what I mean?
You got off cam for a little bit, Enosh. We know what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Down with that bottle.
Yeah, you really loosened your jaw and you just like let it fill your mouth. You know, you were a pro.
I don't not like you, Matt.
That's okay. I've heard that before.
Oh, I'm dying.
All right, folks.
And with that, have a great night.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, treat everybody with respect. Treat everybody with some love. Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. Why isn't this going away? And if you do that, folks, you'll always have a place here in the Poindexter Lounge. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for watching tonight. It was fun. It was real. It was real fun. And we'll have to do it again real soon. We'll talk to you later. Stay nerdy.